Welcome everyone to the sales pitch session of Travel Tech EMEA 2021. Today you will know what has been happening and learn more about the leading tech companies in the travel and hospitality industry. I remind everyone that you can check out the company's virtual stand by visiting www.traveltech.space, where you can schedule a meeting with every company that presents today. So, no more talk. I will present our first guest. Hi, Vasilis Chiadis.
Georgiadis, well done.
How are you? He's
I'm very
client
well,
training
thank you.
specialist at Ideas Revenue Solution. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me here. And hello
No,
to everyone attending as well.
it's my pleasure. So, Vasilis, you have 25 minutes to present your company, your tools, your solutions to the attendees. So, I leave you here.
Thank you so much. And hello to everyone. Once again, thank you for attending. My name is Vasilis, and I'm a client training specialist at Ideas Revenue Solutions. Over the past 5 years, my role is to educate and enable our clients to utilize our solutions effectively and integrate them into their daily life and their daily routine. So I'm daily having conversations and the opportunity to interact and learn from our users. So today, what I would like to do is focus on 2 practical revenue management tools and solutions that we offer and that can enable revenue managers to do more with less. I'm referring to our G3 revenue management system, or G3 RMS as it is widely known in the industry, which has been developed to optimize and deliver scientific decisions relating to pricing and overbooking, alongside inventory controls that work together to optimize revenue and the demand mix across all room types and categories a hotel has. Not only that, it constantly re-optimizes its decisions by assessing the demand patterns observed in the data that G3RMS receives, price sensitivity, and market behavior. With pricing strategies becoming more complex and vital to the industry, we have developed tools that truly allow revenue managers to save time and be more strategic. The Ideas Investigator is a feature of G3 RMS that allows users to truly understand key drivers behind the system's daily pricing decisions. There's so much technology around us, so much data from so many sources, but numbers are just numbers unless the revenue management system can turn them into insights. And I hear in my training engagements, there is so much data here, to which I respond, let's focus on the story behind the numbers. Let the revenue management system help you understand your pricing and allow you to be more informed and more strategic. And this is where the investigator of G3 RMS can help you. What the investigator does is highlight key data points that drive the system's pricing decisions, all fundamental to maximizing revenue and understanding your business. This decision should be based on patterns, trends, factual data, and analytical criteria, not gut feeling. And what it does, it can highlight in one screen competitor impact and positioning of the property relative to the market. On demand, it can show you the level of demand by clearly displaying the demand mix. Price sensitivity, showcasing how changes up or down in price could impact demand. It can compare the booking pace to the current and the recent past alongside last year's pace. And together with price ranking and the system configuration settings, you can clearly understand what is the defined rooms and pricing strategy and how that could be impacting the system's decisions. These factors enable you to understand the mix and network impact of demand and price, and users that have trained use the investigator as their go-to tool when they just need to validate or understand better key drivers. It is integrated, it's informative, and the user does not need to spend more than 5 minutes on the tool, saving valuable time in the process. The investigator also gives you confidence. This is something we are asked for a lot. The revenue manager, the primary user, is fully on board, but he or she gets lots of questions from other decision makers, lots of pushback, doubt, and opinions. We've all been there. How do we instill more confidence and at the same time keep it simple, modern, and easy? So, how the investigator can help you, you can now expertly communicate the reasoning behind the price. It's all there in simple language. It creates alignment in strategy with everyone because they can now understand and reach consensus. And this is because both the revenue manager and other team members can gain overall context through the graphs, tables, and textual explanations that support this feature. On your screens, for example, you can see the system piecing together all the data points that drive the pricing decision, including setup parameters, historical information, and competitor landscape data. It then goes on to explain how booking pace relative to the recent and historic pace is influencing those inputs and what is the level of demand relative to capacity that plays an equally important role in making that pricing decision. In just a few bullet points, we have the answers and we can articulate them. And users, regardless of the region they operate, particularly in revenue, are so integral to the organization that they need to be and feel that they are in control. So the investigator tool provides users with such actionable control. You can recognize how your own configuration may be constraining the system's decisions and quickly remedy the situation because it also provides built-in links. You can also visualize how demand versus availability impacts across multiple dates and room categories. And you can drill down to analyze all this information: competitor rates, demand, pace, price sensitivity, price ranking details, all from the same screen. But let's be honest. A revenue manager is expected to do nowadays a lot more, and products linked to the best flexible or bar price, as it is widely known, have become significant sources of revenue because they offer greater choice. But the question is, how do we optimize these products considering business needs and, more importantly, what our guests want? The second feature of G3 RMS that comes to answer this challenge is agile rates. It is a functionality and a feature within the G3 RMS suite that enables users to set up products with different characteristics and attributes which are linked to the best flexible product, allowing G3 RMS to optimize demand and pricing for these linked products too. These decisions are then automatically deployed by the system based on their true demand, giving revenue managers flexibility and oversight across a wide spectrum of products that they can manage inside the revenue management system. If I was to summarize what is the benefit of agile rates, I would do so by asking you the question: what do guests want? And guests want tailored product offerings. And yes, you can have fixed and rules-based product offerings, and agile rates can also allow for this. But in an industry first, G3 RMS and the agile rates feature can optimize each product based on its true demand. To give you an example, in a recent conversation I had with a client, he mentioned to me that he needed a quick way to create fenced products with different levels of discounts by booking window. This was imperative because he did not want to cannibalize the rack, the bar revenues, but there was no easy way to do that. He had to create 4 different rate plans for the one product, which led to availability discrepancies and confusion internally. So what exactly can this feature deliver then? J3RMS can select the optimal price for a variety of rate plans such as advanced purchase, loyalty program tiers, and packages whether year-round or seasonal. All you have to do is provide a range of adjustments and G3RMS will select the optimal price for each product and with each processing. It's easy to use, as it is all in one system, allowing the user to add more details like discounts by days to arrival, days of week, and or by season. And since the revenue manager can be more precise with the product offering, he can truly provide a unique experience to their guests. And since the optimal price is driven by the demand, not by rules, it inevitably leads to capturing more of that demand and more revenue. Let me give you an example. And in this example, we show the bar rate, or let's call it best flexible rate. Let's say now that we have an advanced purchase product, which is a flat 15% of the best flexible rate. Unless the price is manually changed, it will continue to be an exact flat 15% discount from whatever the prevailing best flexible rate of the day is. With a fixed discount, though, sometimes the price for this product would be too high, sometimes it could be too low. Agile rates can be configured by product or guest attributes, such as day of week, season, room type, and days to arrival, to create products that dynamically and analytically vary based on the attributes you have defined within the product. And it allows you to capture incremental revenue on every room sold by dynamically adjusting those discount percentages or amounts, if you prefer to use amounts instead of percentages, based on the defined parameters and the true demand for that product. By offering a flexible discount, you're truly matching the product with the demand, and that's where the revenue opportunities are. And the benefits continue. The level of tailoring to the agile products in G3 RMS enables revenue managers to truly do a lot more from one screen and encourages client satisfaction and loyalty as well. And it is not just the price that matters. Understanding the true demand of these products across different room types is key to the long-term success of a hotel. And last but not least, the revenue manager can utilize the marketing expertise in his or her organization to better promote and customize their products and offers. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you're as curious as I am as to how automation and technology can help the modern hotelier do more with less. If you have any questions at all, or if you would like to learn more about these features and our solutions, please do reach out via email or on LinkedIn. It'd be great to hear from you, and it will be great to get in touch. Thank you once again for your time and for your attention, and goodbye from Ideas.
Hi, Vasilis. Thank you very much
Thank you.
for your presentation. We are going to present our next guest here in the screen. You can be able to see the virtual stand from Ideas. You can schedule a meeting there with the team from Ideas. Here in the screen you can see. So thank you very much, Vasily, for your presentation, and I will present to Piotr Olesinsk. I will remove. Thank you, Vasilis.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Bye.
So I will present to. Hi, Piotr. How are
Hi,
you? Piotr
good. Thank you.
Olesinski, CCO at YIELDPLANET. Welcome.
Hi.
Can you hear
Hi,
me?
Natalia.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Hope you can hear me well also.
Yes, I can hear you very well. So you can share your
Mandatory
screen.
questions at the beginning.
Okay. Uh, you can share your screen and make your presentation. I will leave you here on the screen. Okay?
Sure. Just a second. I'm trying to.
It's not your first time here, right? You are
Yes. It
you are
doesn't
another
mean that
guest.
I won't make any mistakes. So please forgive me upfront.
Okay.
Yeah. One more mandatory question. Can you see my screen
Yes, I
already?
can see your presentation. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
See you in 25 minutes.
Okay, so I'm not, now I'm left alone. Okay, I'll try to entertain our attendees then. Anyhow,
Yes, yes. If the
yeah,
attendees
okay,
have questions to you, they can remind them. They can make their questions at the chat box. So, and then Piotr will answer your doubts. Okay.
sure. I will certainly appreciate any questions in between. I'll try to check them between the slides. So feel free to ask about anything which maybe is interesting for you or requires some more explanation. Because I might be showing you something a little bit different than what you hoteliers might be used to. First of all, maybe the formal things. Thanks, Natalia and the whole team for organizing this event. This is massive, I need to say. There's so many speakers, so many great guests that it's really a privilege to be here. And also thanks for the hoteliers who are spending their time on watching this. Hope it's interesting, and I hope yeah, you will take a lot out of those presentations. So
Yes. So I will
moving.
leave you here.
Okay, now I'm really
Out.
left alone.
Okay. See you.
Thank you. Okay, so on behalf of YIELDPLANET, what I want to show you, the hoteliers and hotel professionals, is the price optimizer revenue management system made by YIELDPLANET. You might have heard of YIELDPLANET already before. Hope you had a chance to do that. Because we are a channel manager company. Channel manager is our heritage. This is our first product, and that's what we have what we are expert in. Now, on top of the revenue, on top of the distribution on the usual channel manager, we've also built our revenue management system, and this is a little bit different approach to revenue management and the holistic management of your rates, of your sales strategy, than something you might be used up to date. So yeah, I'm more than excited to take you in to explain you that it is how it works and how it differs from a different RMS. Now, of course, every system is different, but and has its own capabilities, unique selling points, unique features, and so on. But what we can see on the market is that most revenue management systems, they work as it is, maybe in a simplified way, but described and visualized here, is that the revenue management system connects to the PMS by taking some reservation reports, and it's sending back rates to the PMS. And only then the PMS is asking the channel manager to distribute the rates, including the availabilities restrictions, to all the online channels. And whenever there's any reservation made, it gets back to the channel manager and it's sent to the PMS again. Maybe after some couple of hours, the reports are being again generated for the revenue management system, and there is an update of the rate. Now it is a very good way of optimizing rates, but there are still some other things that revenue managers are, of course, busy with, especially like once it comes to the exact application of the sales strategy and revenue strategy holistically. Because on top of the rates, there are also some other things that revenue managers are dealing with. So they're dealing with overbookings, with restrictions, and also with different channels. So even if they have this great support from the revenue management system that is optimizing rates, there are still many different factors that revenue managers need to control, need to take care of. And even if there is a rate shopper that is supplying rates, competition rates to the RMS and making it a little bit more automated, this is still the challenge to deal with the distribution as such. So What we can see from discussion with our clients and from the feedback that we got from them is that on top of the pure pricing management, pure dynamic pricing, there are tons of other different challenges that revenue managers really do have on a daily basis. Like for example, how to ensure that the most direct rates, we call it like this. So the rates which are offered on via phone, via email, or for the walk-ins are always in sync with the latest dynamic pricing, and also that you maybe are not paying the commission for your CRM provider to for the most direct guest. Also, it is a pretty important challenge to also deal with the commissions that OTAs are cutting, taking from the bookings, because even if the price is optimal, is like even if you end up with the best possible price, sometimes big OTAs, they can take up to even 20 something% of the reservation revenue, which is a big loss, and sometimes you can also avoid that. Also, there's many times, very often there are situations where some rooms are already sold, and you can still see a demand, and you would like to keep on selling that room. And yes, this concept is called overbooking. But I mean, how to ensure that first of all, this demand is fulfilled anytime it is really required to do so, and B, that you're not overbooking the whole property, because as much as the overbooking on the room type level is really appreciated in this situation, then the overbooking on the room on the hotel level is a problem. Then other things like lowering the price if you want to offer some last minute promotions. This might be sometimes challenging to lower the price, because if your guests who have already booked, they notice that that the price went down, they might be willing to rebook at the lower price. So this is another challenge. Then also it makes a lot of sense to sometimes close different OTAs to basically avoid the commission. This is also something which you need to be very careful, and sometimes you need to do this kind of things multiple times per day, even for one stay date. And of course, every revenue manager is responsible for all the stay dates where the sales is open. So it becomes really a challenge. And also, like especially still nowadays, when there's a lot of ambiguity in planning, maybe there are some first events appearing there and back in different countries, but at the same time, we all understand that, and we all observe that there are some lockdowns appearing again in different countries. So probably some events might get cancelled. And if you have already experienced this kind of situation, you probably know how much of an effort it takes to really react on on such an event. It's really a big thing, and yeah, also a big challenge for revenue manager and also the other team members who are dealing with that. And one last challenge that also remains unsolved with the usual revenue management system approach is how to sync not only the pricing but also the whole distribution among all the properties I'm having. That is especially the challenge for hotel chains, where they have centralized offices dealing with the revenue management and distribution. So that becomes a big challenge if the pricing is solved in a different place, in a different tool than the distribution. So why am I listing all of those challenges? Of course, probably not a surprise, because with Process Optimizer revenue management system, we are solving those problems. First of all, we're combining dynamic pricing for each room type individually with a precise distribution for every sales channel, and also, and I mean every sales channel. So not only online channels, but also those offline channels, those the most direct channels, which we call them, are also controlled, which I will show you how it is made in a minute. We're also optimizing rates, but this is not the only thing we're doing. The personalizer is optimizing also availabilities and restrictions for each product and room type. And it does it in real time. So it's not that it's waiting for the scheduled update, for the scheduled reservation details sent from the PMS. Actually, at least every single reservation, and there are many other factors which are triggering the recalculations, they are forcing the system to make sure that the price availability and restrictions on all channels are the best, are optimal. And also we are automating the complete work of the revenue manager. I'm talking about the strategy. I'm talking also about many day-to-day tasks which are related to the precise and final execution of the same strategy. So it's about planning. It's about also it starts from the planning, but also ends up on making sure that every single price availability is really as it should be, and sometimes making also some manual changes because like machine is a machine. It's powerful. It's great. It's a great help for everyone, but it's not always perfect. So sometimes the human factor needs to react, needs to put some adjustments into what the system is doing. So this all can be automated, and this all can be done in one screen, also including the multiple properties. So it becomes very, very useful for the revenue managers, for our revenue management teams, if they can control the pricing and the distribution all in one tool. So without logging into channel manager, revenue management system, PMS, different extranets. No, I mean, with Personalizer, you can do it everything from one place. So all in all, we're saving much of the time of the revenue manager, but also everyone who's involved in any kind of revenue management related activities. So, for example, from this front desk people, they sometimes also dealing with some details of their distribution. So this can be also offloaded from them. This can be centralized. This can be automated. And at the end of the day, of course, the revenue management system is about increasing the revenue. So we have, based on the data we have on comparing the periods where the price optimization was not yet in place, and when it came to operations, we can increase your revenue by up to almost 8%. So it's quickly paying back. Now, how we do it, maybe just a second, I will make sure that there are no questions in between. I think there are no. So yeah, so I will dive a little bit more into the technical details because probably the very natural question which comes up is, okay, but how exactly does it work? So as I mentioned, we are a channel manager company, like from a heritage. So it is probably no surprise that we are combining revenue management and dynamic pricing with channel management and the distribution. So starting from the left side, where is your PMS, the most important factor, which is kind of a distinguishing factor from the other RMSs, is that we are taking availabilities from the PMS, as it is for any other channel manager actually. And the beauty of the solution is that, especially if you have a PMS which charges a lot for new integrations, for new connections, for new tools which are integrated with your system, we can already put revenue management system using the same interface as your channel manager was using before, so you can start optimizing your rates. If you want to be a little bit more advanced, we can also pull the reservation details, and also we can send back the rates to the PMS. But there are various reasons that, especially the sending rates back to the PMS is not necessarily always really required. It might be because of two big reasons. One is that, again, it might require a price integration. And also sometimes it is just more convenient to send rates to a kind of a CRM or a quoting tool that helps you to quote the right price. So once we receive availabilities, every availability change is triggering the complete recalculation of all the rates, availabilities, and restrictions, and the whole combined system is making sure that the proper information is then sent to all the channels. And here you can see that there are three types of channels. Of course, there are some online channels like OTAs, GDSs, and things like that. We are a channel manager company from a heritage, as I already said. So we have hundreds of different channels you can connect. So you can also diversify your distribution, your strategy. But most of all, because we are also controlling the distribution, we can always make sure that your direct rates are the best. So it's so it is about the booking engine, but also it is about the most direct reservations, as we call them. So whenever someone is calling you by phone, sending you an email, or walks in, or maybe there's a sales department working at your hotel chain, they can also have a different pricing structure, but also with the safety that those rates will be always the best. So you will not trick your customers by offering maybe equal or sometimes higher rates than they can find on OTAs. What remains the same, of course, is that whenever any reservation is made here on the right side, we are sending the reservation back to the PMS, and we receive availability update so that, again, after each and every reservation, we can make sure that all the rates are correct. We can also use the competition pricing to position yourself against competitors, and I will also mention something about it in a minute. Let me briefly check if there's some questions. No, but again, if there's anything unclear, or maybe interesting, especially interesting for you, please let me know in the chat, so I can dive a little bit more into something most relevant for you. Now, I mentioned the competition-based pricing. It is actually pretty interesting what we are doing with that. So thanks to the integration with the leading rate shopper providers, we can ensure that your product, all your products and rooms in most cases, will be positioned accordingly to your strategy. What is interesting here is that it is not a general data feed that helps us to maybe increase the rate or decrease the rate depending on the average rate on the market or average rate of your competitors, but we can actually make it very, very precise. It means that we can select a single room and make it and position it correctly. For example, put it on the 10 highest percentile of the competition set, and also make sure that it really competes with all the single rooms from your competitors. So in other words, like suites apartments, they won't be influencing the single rooms at your property. Now, with the trusted providers, we can do it really, really precisely. We can do it automatically. So this is also very, very helpful for revenue managers. All in all, the system works as a central control tool and automation tool for the whole revenue management and distribution strategy. It brings a couple of main features to the revenue managers, which I will show you just in a minute, but just want to summarize them briefly before. So we are fully automating the not only rates but also availability and restrictions. Dynamic pricing is made for each room type completely individually. So basically, every room type, student, and also rate combination becomes a separate product and is optimized completely differently. We are also giving you control over all the sales channels, including the most direct ones. We're putting also a lot of automation thanks to the infinite set of if this then that rules. So I will show you that's in a minute. We can also optimize your rates. We can position your products against your competition. And last but not least, and especially useful for for chains, we are able to provide you centralized reporting. So even if you have different PMSs among your properties in your chain, we can centralize that. We can create single like the one report which combines all the data from all the properties. And also, last thing before I dive, I changed the screen to the tool. What is also the distinguishing factor for us is that we are taking our clients really individually. Like, of course, there are some revenue management systems which are which you can set up by yourself, and also which are which work as kind of black boxes. It is very useful, especially for some small properties. This is a very good start for the into the revenue management. But what we learned from our clients who are really careful about all the details about pricing and distribution is that the one fits all solution is basically not for them. So we are combining the individual approach with the dedicated key account managers who are experienced and certified revenue managers with the individual setup. So we, at the beginning of the cooperation, we're making sure that the system is really working according to the client's needs before we really let the machine to take over the control. So there's always this period of testing where we can see the machine already working, but it is not yet connected to all the distribution channels, so that the revenue manager can really make sure they can get this feeling of safety that, okay, now they can really hand over the control to the machine. Yep. Let me check again if there are any questions. No. Perfect. Then let me change the screen to the actual tool, because that's probably always the most interesting thing for you to see. I can see already some greetings popping up on the chat.
I'm checking also if you have any attendees questions, but we don't have. I will leave on screen the virtual stand from YIELDPLANET, so you can book a meeting with the team of YIELDPLANET here at Travel Tech Data Space. So thank you, Piotr. It was very interesting, your presentation.
Oh, so my time is over. Okay, sorry.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I thought you were finished. I'm so sorry. I will leave you again.
No worries. No worries. No.
You say goodbye, and I will go again.
I've only stopped showing my screen because I wanted to switch from slides to the actual tool.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
My bad. I'm so sorry.
This is the only reason. Yep. So if I still have a little bit of time, I will briefly show you the tool. There are actually two of them. One is the quoting screen, which helps your front desk team or your sales team to quote always the right price. This is a demo hotel. This is a demo property, so not everything really have to make a lot of sense, but just wanted to show you the basic concepts. And so from the daily perspective, from the operational perspective of a front desk person, it works pretty simple. As you can see, every column here is a different state date, every row is a different room type. So whenever you receive a phone call, for example, requesting for a reservation on the Sunday 28th, you can just select the state date, and you can immediately see all the most recent rates. The rates are here. There are also availabilities. What is pretty interesting is that although here you can see, I can maybe even make it a little bit bigger. Here you can see that there are physically 6 rooms available, but even if the request would be, for example, for 10 single rooms, it's really not a problem to quote the price already for 10 rooms, even if they are physically not available. As I mentioned before, we know the availability exactly, also including the overbooking, so we can make the overbooking on the room category in a safe way, ensuring that the reservation will be actually made. So we will not let the customer go just because the front desk the person working at the front desk was not sure if they can overbook the room. If the setup allows, the strategic setup made by the revenue manager allows to make an overbooking, it will be available to do so. So let me even quickly simulate the booking for 10 rooms. As you can see, there is some kind of simulation running in the background, because if we are applying the dynamic rates, you can imagine that after maybe 2 or 3 another reservations for a single room, the price will be should become higher, and also that is something what we are doing here. As you can see, we have borrowed availability from the other room types, to make sure that we can really book 10 rooms out of 6 available. And also we made sure that the price will be according to the strategic dynamic pricing setup, so that the average price will not be just simply 10 times the current price. Let me just clear again. Here you can see that was 12,850. Which, as you can see, was a little bit more than just 10 times the current price. This is all about the configuration. So, and we understand that at some properties it makes sense to do so. At some properties, for example, only reservations bigger than 20 rooms should be the subject of this kind of dynamic pricing. But it's really up to the setup. Now, changing quickly to the revenue management system itself. So just wanted to show you the most important features here. This is a little bit similar to what the front desk people can really see, but it is certainly more powerful. What remains the same is that every column is a different state date, every row is a different room type, and they are also a little bit grouped for ease of control. Taking a look at the previously chosen Sunday 28th, if I select the stay date, you can see that there are some details on the right side popping up. Going from the left to the right, the first thing which you can see here is the price level. This is maybe not the best example, but every room type or every room type group is controlled individually. So it may end up that system will decide, okay, that those single rooms, they deserve a higher price level than the others. And it will just control those prices independently. You can also manually influence the rates, and by applying changes, you're making sure that all the rates are being distributed to all the channels. And also those little blue arrows, they highlight that some manual changes were already made to that day. Also, we can control availability, as I mentioned. If you're a revenue manager, of course, you know that there are multiple ways of doing that. With that, we can either play with the cancellation probability of already existing bookings, but also, we can play with the overbooking, so that if we receive 6 rooms from the PMS, we know that like physically there are 6 rooms available. But if you want to, for example, overbook them or underbook them, we can either manually change it here, or we can just apply some general setup to the overbooking strategy. Also, it can differ. It can change over the time. The DTA factor is also important here. We're taking that under consideration. And when I apply changes, I will quickly switch back to the previous tool. You can see already that there are 8 rooms available for sale, just because I've manually changed that as a revenue manager. Now, referring to one of the things I've mentioned in my presentation about changing the strategy in case the special event occurs, or maybe an event actually gets cancelled. What we do during the setup is that we are combining a set of different strategies. And in this example, it is mainly about low and high seasons, but also it is actually that the strategy, there could be a different strategy for every type of stay date. So a weekday in a high season can and actually really should have a different strategy than a weekend in the high season. And all those strategies we can predefine here during the setup. So in case you for example, you are planning to have a congress, which is obviously influencing your race strategy for a selected day. As you can see, the rates are completely different. Instead of 1200s, you have now 2000s. Once you realize, okay, this event gets cancelled, and even before the system realizes that, because of maybe some kind of data feed, or maybe because of the cancellations coming to the PMS, you can log quickly into the system. You can select a different strategy. So basically, within only 3 clicks, you can completely change your strategy. So it's not that you need to now organize a meeting, think about, okay, what should we do right now? No, I mean, we have the predefined strategies and you can select between them. Also, talking about the distribution possibilities and about the one screen control, you can open, close channels, rate plans, and rooms already from here. For example, if I wish to close booking.com because I see that there are some the increasing demand for direct bookings, I can already do it from here. I will group my distribution by partner and then by room type. So I'm now able to select, for example, to close junior suite and yeah, for example, maybe a small double room on booking.com. And I can also do it once. So I can, for example, decide to open it again at a certain time. So even if you realize that, okay, it makes sense to now close the channel or the room type on the channel, it's not that you need to remember about the fact that you did that in the past, and now you need to reopen that because otherwise you won't get those bookings again. No, I mean, you can already take one action, and if there should be any kind of release planned, you can also plan it from here. So you can either select based on rate plans or rooms. For example, you can close all the rooms, like the one room on all the channels. Yeah, whatever is actually like most useful at the moment. For example, here I will be able to close the non-refundable junior suite on booking.com already from here. So I don't need to go to channel manager. I don't need to go to any extranet. Everything can be controlled from this place. Yep. So this maybe to extend a little bit what we can show here is this. Yeah, maybe a graph version. Again, this is a demo hotel, so maybe not all the data will be available here, but also we can show you in a graphical way a kind of forecast. We can show you on the books, also the data from the last year. We can also show you the competition prices from your competitors, and also we can show you different KPI comparisons. Like for example, here we can see the occupancy chart, the booking pace for the selected stay date. At least one very interesting thing about the details of the configuration are those distribution rules, those if this then that rules I wanted to show you. Let me show you an example of how it works, how it is set up. And yeah, the screen can look a little bit complex, but the principle behind that is pretty simple. We need to define like what should happen in order to trigger which action. So, for example, we can decide that if the availability of a selected, like for example, if the availability of the hotel is lower than let's say 10. So in other words, that we have only last 9 rooms available in this context. Okay, maybe we can 10. So it is a little bit of play with the numbers, but we can decide, okay, last 10 rooms, I would like maybe to keep always for direct bookings, for walk-ins. So I can decide to, for example, close selected rooms or rates in order to achieve that. Also, the DTA condition is here important, so we can decide to make it happen only, for example, during the last 7 days before arrival, so not sooner than the week before the arrival. You can also make sure that it only happens for selected stay dates, the weekdays, but also for selected rate plans or selected channels. So all in all, with those rules, we can make sure that the most repetitive tasks that you're trying to perform, that you're trying to make sure they are really executed. Especially because what we realize is that in most cases, those actions, they really need to be triggered when you basically don't have time for that. So either during night or during the meeting you have. Like those simple actions, they can be automated, and this is the way to do that. Let me check if there are some questions. Oh, yeah. There's a question: how much longer does it take to implement the tool? A question from Joanna Maria Konstantin. Thanks, Joanna, for the good question. I'm not sure what is the reference time, so not sure how much longer does it take, but I can tell you how long it takes on average to implement the tool. If we have all the integrations already in place, it takes us between 2 or 3 weeks to implement the tool, including the strategic workshop we're doing with the client, also the little bit of testing period up until to the switch, so the moment when the system takes control. I can also see that Natalia is asking me to finish, so I wanted to thank you for your time, for your also for some questions. If you would like to see more about the tool, feel free to either schedule the meeting with those visual stands, or just find me on LinkedIn. I'll be more than glad to guide you through the details of the system. Yeah, I basically encourage you to reach out to me. That might be a really big help for you in your daily work. Okay.
I'm mute.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm mute.
Now I can hear.
Now you can hear me. Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. I leave on the screen the virtual stand from YIELDPLANET. So the attendees can book a meeting with you and your team and take this amazing tool that YIELDPLANET have to all the hoteliers. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you again, Natalia.
And goodbye. See you next year. Thank you for.
I hope we can see each other sooner than next year. But yeah. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Goodbye. Now we welcome to Theodoros Katsimbras, COO from Book Online Now. Welcome, Theodoros.
Welcome. Sorry for a little noise, but further to travel tech. Really, the good thing is that some fairs and exhibitions have started, so I'm already live in another exhibition here in Greece. So sorry if there is a small noise at the back. I don't know.
No, I can hear you. I can hear you well.
Good. Very nice.
Yes, I can see you and I can hear you very well. Don't worry.
Nice participating in this for the second time. Everything is perfect now. The whole organization for travel tech is perfect. Many discussions, many interesting things, and I hope my today quick and detailed analysis of what Book Online Now does will make a sense to your let's say viewers and attendees.
Thank you, Theodoro. It's a pleasure for us have you and have Book Online Now as a sponsor. Was an amazing week more than 9,000 people attended to all the forums. So I think was a success, Travel Tech EMEA, and I hope the next year all the attendees continue be with us. So I will leave you to your presentation. You have 25 minutes.
Thank
And
you.
when you finish, please say, I'm finished, Natalia, so I can interrupt
Good,
you
good.
as a
Thank
favorite
you very
guest.
much. Thank you
So
very much. Keep
go
the nice
ahead.
smile. Thank you. Now, hello everyone. My name is Theodoros Katsibras. I'm the CEO of Book Online Now. Book Online Now is a booking engine. So as far as you can understand, it's your direct sales of the hotel. And something that we discuss all the time regarding your direct sales is that you want to increase it. So hoteliers wish to have a booking engine platform that can cover not only the sales, but also the marketing, and at the same time also support any digital marketing or strategy that you want to run. Book Online Now is at this point located, actually present in 47 countries. We have in our portfolio over 3,500 hotels, and we have helped hotels increase their direct sales by the tools that we offer, which are not only oriented regarding the hotel room, but we want to have also the opportunity the hotel to make upsells on the services that they wish to sell through the booking engine platforms and their direct brand.com website. So let's start with Book Online Now. As I told you, the main factor we feel that Book Online Now is really strong is that we have a new custom design, full responsive booking engine that is aligned to the feel and look of the official website of the hotel. This is critical because then the client doesn't want to leave the environment of the brand.com website, and they feel that they continue on to the whole process. So when we are talking about full responsiveness, we are not talking only about desktops, laptops, or computers that are home oriented, but we have another dedicated version which is only oriented for mobile devices. It's very critical because all clients book right now through screens. You have heard many details, many analysis also in the travel tech presentations and discussions, that it's critical that not only your official website to be mobile oriented and mobile friendly, but there should be also a booking engine. The booking engine should be also mobile friendly and tablet oriented, because don't forget that tablet has also a great effort to your direct sales. Another thing that is also critical to your digital marketing, and it was a discussion that we had last days as well, is that your booking engine has to have the tools and also open in some cases in social media. Book Online Now has a Facebook app, meaning that it opens directly inside Facebook in the front page of the hotel. So it's very critical that you can make discounts, you can make efforts inside in your social media through the booking engine that opens with the booking engine app of Facebook of Book Online Now. Of course, rates and availability makes a sense. Of course, you had a discussion earlier for YIELDPLANET, which is a preferred channel manager for ourselves as well. However, you want always to have the opportunity for the booking engine to have automations, to have all the restrictions, to have all the kind of tools that can be used in order to decrease the prices automated. This happens also to Book Online Now, especially this period where we are talking about the COVID era and the COVID problem. You know that most of the hotels try to, let's say, change their prices all the time because different markets open, different target groups open. So you need to be able, through the booking engine, and that is what Book Online Now offers, is to have the opportunity to decrease the prices with automations, depending the rules that you set, minimum stay, booking window, when the time of the booking occurs, if it's only for a specific target group, like family oriented, if it's only for adults, for couples. So there is a whole bunch of tools that you can use through the booking engine. Another thing, so further to the dynamic and smart pricing, which is happening through the rules section of Book Online Now, something that is strong and is the main tool that we suggest hotels to use are booking sources. From the booking engine, you always know from where a reservation is coming from, or from where the demand is coming from. You know that maybe a demand or a reservation is coming from a mobile, it's coming from Facebook, it's coming from a desktop, it's coming from a tablet. This is booking sources in the booking engine, meaning that you can isolate a rate plan, you can isolate a discount, you can isolate an extra, you can isolate the package that the booking engine has into specific segments to specific booking sources. Very dynamically, you can also change the prices, not only in TripAdvisor, you can have different, or in Google Hotel Ads, or in Trivago. So booking sources is one of the most powerful tools of the booking engine, meaning isolating rate plans, discounts, promotions, packages, extras to specific segments. Imagine you can run an AdWords or AdSense campaign in Google, and you want this to have a specific discount or a specific package or rate plan only for Google Ads. This can be done through the booking sources. Promotional codes. As you know, making your clients feel that you have a personalized access to them, to give them a personalized access to the booking engine, happens through the promo codes. Imagine you have not clients that coming from the booking engine, but you have from booking.com, Expedia, or from other OTAs clients coming to your hotel. At the end of the checkout, you can share very easily a nice card of the hotel with a promo code that gives a specific access to discounts, specific access to packages, specific rate plans that are considered only and visible with promo codes created through the system. A new tool that we offer through the special offer section that I will analyze here is that you can isolate through the promo code specific rate plans. So a combination of a promo code with booking source means that you have the opportunity to isolate a rate plan specifically for a segment. Share a newsletter now for New Year's Eve, and you want to show only a rate plan that is dedicated for New Year's Eve or for Christmas season. So we have the opportunity through the back office of Book Online now with the promo code to show only the rate plan that is dedicated to those who have the promo code. When we are talking about special offers, of course, we have special offers in the back office with the so-called pricing rules or restrictions. Another great opportunity through the back office is that each special offer is creating a direct link that can drive the client directly to the search result the offer is valid for. Imagine you are running an early booking for, let's say, for February with a minimum stay of 7 nights. There is a special section in Book Online Now booking engine where you can display all the offers. There is a Book Now button just beneath. When somebody clicks this button, is redirected directly to the date, the search result the offer is valid for. Taking this direct link and adding it not only in your official website in a special offer section, but also in Facebook, in Instagram, any other social media that you want to display this offer, will drive the client. So you will drive the client directly to the search result without him just having a small description of the offer. He goes directly to the date and the restrictions the offer is valid for. Talking about the booking engine, of course, should have multi-languages. Book Online Now, at this point, covers more than 29 languages. We also cover left to right, like Arabic and Jewish. So it's critical, the booking engine, to have the so-called geolocalization as well. So whenever somebody enters, let's say, from Brazil, to see Portuguese and Portuguese reals. If he comes from Turkey, for example, to see Turkish language, and at the same time, the currency in Turkish lira. Moreover, talking about geolocalization and geopricing, the opportunity of the booking engine is to read the IP of the client. By reading the IP of the client, you have the opportunity to run different promotions, different packages, different rate plans, depending countries or continents. So in fact, from the booking engine at the back office, you have the opportunity to isolate again with the booking sources I told you, specific rate plans, specific currencies for specific countries. By this way, also, Book Online Now has implemented the so-called fixed exchange rate. So we do have some problems in some countries like Egypt or like Turkey that I mentioned earlier, which have a problem with the conversion exchange rate of their local currency in contrast versus the dollar. So Book Online Now, further to the geolocalization and geopricing, has also a fixed exchange rate opportunity for the rate plan. So if you have your default currency updated in euro, for example, or in dollar, in your local currency, you can have a fixed exchange rate for those who visit from your local market. Of course, at the front office, on the front user experience side, there has to be always notifications if the room is the last one that somebody can buy. If a rate plan doesn't have availability to display a dynamic calendar just beneath each rate plan, showing when this rate is available or when this promotion is available. And therefore, Book Online now has created also prop-based rates and availabilities. This means that you have the opportunity from the back office of Book Online now to create not only room rates like bed and breakfast, half board, all-inclusive, or ultra-inclusive, but to have the opportunities to create the so-called packages of the booking engine. The opportunity of creating rate plans that include accommodation, but extra experiences for the client that make a sense and make an upsell to the extra services the hotel has. One need of the hotels, especially city hotels, was the one-time use of coupons. So we have created a promo code generator. I will give you an example. Hotel chain that we operate with wanted to cooperate with an airline company for blue or gold members they have. So actually what they can do from the back office of Book Online now is generate specific number of promo codes, unique promo codes that can be used only one time and are, let's say, personalized oriented. So what the airline company does is take an Excel that the booking engine exports, and it has unique promo codes for unique clients with a unique discount. So from the back office of Book Online now, you're able to see if this promo code has been used, for which reservation, which was the discount, for which period, and of course, which client has already done the reservation from the back office. Another way of selling the hotel through the booking engine, and as I told you, the booking engine is not only selling rooms, it's also to have the opportunity to upsell and cross-sell services and extras. So after, of course, on default, or most of the booking engines do that, you need to select a room in order to see the extras that the hotel is offering. Book Online now has created a separate step for extras and services. This means that the client has the opportunity, and the hotel has, of course, the opportunity to sell uniquely, independently, the extras and all the packages that they are offering for hotel. They don't need to book a room in order to sell extras. So imagine all this in combination with rules, in combination with booking sources, and isolating the rates, for example, only for somebody who's, let's say, free transfer or a transfer with a discounted fee, only for those clients who are searching for a specific period with a specific restriction of the minimum stay, let's say 7 nights. This way, the hotel has the opportunity to sell specific extras and specific packages to unique clients. Moreover, about hotel packages is that, again, hotel packages of Book Online now is an independent section. As I told you, it's a combination of upsell of services with the room accommodation. So what the hotel can do is create different tagging into the packages that they create. Family-oriented packages, sport-oriented packages, children-oriented packages, elderly people-oriented packages. So from this, they can have a sorting and a specific different individual link that drive the client to a visualization of the hotel packages they are running at any time of the reservation. Moreover, at the back office of Book Online now, you have the opportunity, of course, further to the 3 main emails that the client receives. So it's the confirmation email, the cancellation email, or the registration email. Also to have different notification, automated scheduled email, pre-arrival of the client and post-departure of the client. Meaning you can create emails 1 to 12 days prior to arrival, let's say to explain to the client how can come to the hotel, to give specific destination information, how they can come from the airport, even drive the client to a taxi transfer company in order to book a transfer from the airport. And also the post-departure, again, 1 to 12 days after departure of the client, automated email that can leave, asking a small server of the client or giving him a specific promo code that he can use in later stages. Another critical and very powerful thing regarding the notification email is that the clients, the hotels, actually can make the feel and look of those emails tailor-made according to the brand awareness and the feel and look they wish regarding the logo or the colors they wish of the hotel. So it's not an automated, just a default version that the booking engine sends. If the hotel has, let's say, a web designer who can create a very nice template with picture, with a nice logo, even the structure of the email that the client gets can be tailor-made according to the feel and look of the hotel. Moreover, of course, there is a great reporting at the back office. Talking about COVID season that I hope it has passed, but still we have problems. Reports, statistics, and business side play a great role into the sales strategy or marketing strategy the clients would like to make. So actually from the back office of Book Online now, you have a great reporting regarding the demand, how many persons are searching, from which countries they are searching, which is the booking window, which is the demand of this booking window, from which device those requests are coming, which is actually the contrast of the last year with the statistics of this year. So there is a great reporting analyzed in the back office of Book Online now, which with combination of all the analytics that we can get from your official website. So if you have scripts that you want to implement in the booking engine, let's say conversion tracking scripts, tag manager, whatever tracks the conversion of the booking engine, and in combination with the official website, it can happen also to the booking engine. You need to understand that the booking engine is not an individual step. It's one body with the official website of the hotel. That's why in my beginning of the presentation, I talked about full responsiveness. You cannot have a fully responsive booking engine without having a fully responsive website. Or you cannot have special offer a section only in the booking engine and not having a special offer section also in the official website. So what we also try to explain to hoteliers is that you need always to take full advantage of all the things the booking engine offers. In order to achieve that, you also need to have a great, let's say, connection with the official website, and the web designer all the time needs to change things and implement the direct links, implement the scripts, or any other marketing material that the booking engine offers. As I told you, the booking engine is connected to meta searches. Meta searches like Trivago, TripAdvisor, and Google Hotel Ads, especially Google Hotel Ads, has gained much of let's say, the share of meta searches. Book Online now is connected to all three, especially with Google Hotel Ads. We work with a commission-based model, allowing cancellation on generated reservations. On the other hand, we're also eligible on free links. I don't know if your clients or our attendees know about free links. Google offers right now, further to the paid ad in your business listing, they offer also the opportunity, your official price to be shown with a free link section just beneath the paid ad. Meaning, you're getting a reservation without paying any commission to meta search through to Google Hotel Ads. Another good thing regarding, let's say, meta search is in some cases it's a risk-free marketing and digital marketing campaign. So actually, with commission-based model they are offering, you pay only if you have generated reservations. Of course, Book Online now has connection with main meta search companies like Sojourn already, or FDirect. Sojourn is also here having some in travel tech. Has a presentation they can explain more to you in order to understand that there are companies in the field that are connected with technology providers like our booking engine, who can give you access to clients without any risk of paying a specific amount of money into budget of marketing. They get paid only for generated reservations. Now, Book Online Now has another great opportunity. It's called B2B Suite. So actually, travel agents and wholesalers have the opportunity to register in our B2B platform and have access to the whole portfolio globally of the hotels that use Book Online Now. This way, actually, travel agents can make affiliation requests with specific commission-based model to the hotels of each country. So from the back office of Book Online Now, each hotel can receive affiliation requests for small travel agencies, wholesalers, even travel agents they cooperate so far. They can ask them to register in a B2B platform, and instead of picking up the phone all the time and giving real availability and prices from the phone or via an email, they just ask to enter the booking engine, they put their credentials, and they can make booking directly to the booking engine with real-time availability and real-time prices you have set only for travel agents, wholesalers. Another great feature of the booking engine is the call center feature. What we say in Book Online Now is that even the offline reservation can become online reservation. So far, most of the hotels use a PMS. So when they have phone reservation, usually they pick up the phone, they have the client on the phone, they ask the period they would like to come to the hotel. They say the price, they send the price through an email to the request to the client. The client then answers that he confirms. Again, there is a full correspondence till the finalization of the reservation. The call center feature in Book Online Now actually gives a username and password to each reservation call center agent of the hotel. So at the time of the reservation, when somebody calls at the hotel, he logs in, the agent logs in directly to the booking engine, checking real-time prices and real-time availability for the client. He continues on the booking process. At the final step of the booking process, no credit card is requested to be added. You just add the details of the client that you have on the phone. So by confirming, an automated email will leave to the client requesting him to add his credit card details in order to confirm the reservation. What you gain from the whole process? You have real-time prices, real-time availability. You don't, at the time of the booking, the reservation agent doesn't ask any credit card details because the security is critical for the clients. So the reservation is confirmed only if a client adds the credit card to the system. This way, if you have a connection with the channel manager, you have a connection with the PMS, automatically you have taken out the real availability. It has fallen to the channel manager, it has fallen to the PMS, and everything is done automatically, not manually, through the booking engine. And you have achieved that the client also has received all the information with the confirmation given from the booking engine. Loyalty. It's a big discussion about personalization of all the reservation regarding direct sales and brand.com. Book Online Now has a loyalty scheme with an automated leveling of clients. So whenever books for the first time in the booking engine, he's considered like a loyal client. So first level, let's say he's a silver member. Hotel can therefore, with this level, create different discounts, create different rate plans that are visible to clients that come for the second time in the booking engine. At the same time, as I told you, there is a leveling. You can create, let's say, a second level, which is gold level. Whoever reaches 2 reservations at the booking engine of the hotel, or he has reached an amount of spent money of $1,000, for example, should be transacted automatically from silver member to gold member. Again, the hotel can then create different packages, different rate plans, different discount for those clients that come back and are repeaters to the hotel. Imagine that there is an API. When we are talking about APIs, the codes that can be connected directly with any loyalty third-party system, even with your PMS. So this way, you can create even the PMS walk-in clients or older clients into loyal clients directly in your booking engine. This way, automatically, you have created a loyalty scheme for your hotel. Loyalty scheme is not only for chains or big hotels. You know that now also small hotels need to have personalized new, different experience for the clients and make a difference through their official website. And by creating the loyalty scheme in the booking engine, they can achieve that. Another thing that exists is about hotel chains, which I talked about loyalty. Of course, Book Online now has a portal edition, meaning further to the individual booking engine per hotel, there is a main page, a portal page for all the hotels of the chain. There is a drop down, a sorting depending areas. So instead of only driving the client from your official website directly to the individual hotel booking engine, you can drive the client to the portal edition with all the hotels of the chain. This way, you can have a centralized database. Whatever I talked about, special offers, about loyalty, about direct links, about any feature that exists in the booking engine can be centralized in the portal edition. So you can have centralized links for 3 hotels of your chain or for all your chain. Let's say special offer early booking for all the chain. You can have specialized packages for all the chain. You can have different discounts or different leveling also for all the hotel chain. It's very critical that you can achieve differentiation of your product through the booking engine, and by the portal edition you can achieve that. Another thing that most of the hotels are asking this period is the customized layout of the booking engine and also URL masking. Book Online now offers a great, powerful API, and you can drive, if you have a good web designer or your IT is great, there is an API. You can get the best available price of any room type, the real availability of any room type directly to your official website. So to display, for example, the price that exists, the best available price that exists at the booking engine to your official website. So through the API, your IT or web designer can achieve that. URL masking is something else that clients ask, is to have your main domain as the domain of the booking engine. On default, the booking engine is usually brand.com name .bookonlinenow.net. So some hotels do not wish to have this URL, but they wish to have the domain displayed of the hotel. With URL masking, they can achieve that. As I told you, Book Online now offers a great value, great features for marketing. There are special smart pop-ups like Lightbox pop-up when somebody enters for the first time at the booking engine to display a message to him. There are special banners that appear when somebody is going to close intent exit messages. There is a price widget tool. We are connected with the major companies in the field like the Hotels Network, Triptease, and other companies that offer prices. On the other side, we offer also connection with chatbots like Askrit, which is also here in Travel Tech. So it's a great value to have in the booking engine all those tools that engage the client and keep him in the booking process. Especially with the chatbots, which is a trend also to the official website, it's critical that the booking engine can open inside and the whole booking process can be achieved through those chatbots directly. Online payment switch. The security of the credit card is, let's say, is on default right now a very serious matter for hotels. So Book Online now is connected with major payment gateways at this point in the global market, like PayPal, Stripe, Skello, CyberSource, all the kind of payment gateways that are globally located. Of course, our technical team is always ready to implement any new payment gateway that exists. We have also a so-called OPS system, online payment suite, implemented. So from the back office of the Book Online now, if the payment gateway accepts this, there is the opportunity, instead of using the POS in your reception, to use online through our extranet to make the payments of the credit card directly through our system. Now, regarding the booking engine, generally, my team is always here. Our team is always here to support the hotels. In each market we have presence. We try to have a local partner because they know the market. The booking engine, the support team gains knowledge from each hotel always. Each hotel is unique. Each hotel has a different approach, has a different concept, and therefore my team and our team is always there to support and understand the needs of the hotel. Of course, the analysis of the reporting, and if you have a revenue manager and he knows how to read all the details of the booking engine statistics, and not only and also the details of the website statistics, of course, they want to gain more and more through our team, and we are ready here to support and understand the needs, and through our tools that we have in the back office to increase the direct sales of the hotel. So, Natalia, I don't want to show even the front end or the back end. I feel that anything else needed from their side, they can enter the Travel Tech website. There are my details. They can send an email. I can answer any question, even make individual sessions giving a demo of the hotel.
Thank you very much, Teodoro. On the screen, I will leave your virtual stand on Travel Tech that space. There you can schedule your meeting with Welcome now, and you have Teodoro to do all your questions and take all your doubts. Thank you, Teodoro, for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you on the week of Travel Tech. Thank you.
I hope
See
to see
you on
you.
New Year, I hope.
See you next year, maybe virtually, not only online.
Okay. Oh, I hope that. I hope that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye. So we continue with our sales pitch session. We have now to present at Sunay Bali, Managing Director at RMS CLOUD. Welcome. Welcome, Sam. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. Natalia, how are you?
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you too. How are things today?
Okay. It's a long day, but we are okay at the moment. Thank you very much.
It's been a fantastic event so far, though, so that's absolutely great. And by the way, I have the sun shining on me, so if you see a light on my camera, it's because the sun is streaming through, which is beautiful.
It's lovely. It's lovely. Don't worry. I can see you and can hear you well. So you have your 25 minutes presentation. I will leave you alone, and I'm on the background if you need any help. So you can share your screen. I will add to the stream there.
Okay. It seems to be glitching. Can you see that properly?
I think it's blinking.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why. It's not blinking on my end. Hang on, I'll stop share, and I'll try it again. Let's see. Apologies, everyone. Technical errors.
No, issues happens. We are on live, so don't worry.
Okay, is that any better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Natalia, and thank you very much, Travel Tech, for having me here today. My name is Zen Bali. I am the Managing Director for Europe, Middle East, and Africa for RMS CLOUD. Now, who are RMS CLOUD? We're not a revenue management system. We are a reservation management system. That's what RMS stands for. So we have been in the business for over 35 years. We adopted that name quite early. So not to be confused with the revenue management system, RMS CLOUD is a property management and distribution platform. So introducing us, so RMS CLOUD, we have 6,500 properties globally. Like I mentioned, we are a global company. Originally, we were founded in Australia over 35 years ago, but we've expanded on a worldwide scale. So we've got offices in Singapore, in Shanghai, in Delhi, in Dubai, in London, and in North America as well, San Diego also. Now, over half of our clients are made up of hotel, resort, and service department clients, meaning we operate very well in the hotel, resort, and service department space. Our other clients are made up of holiday parks, of workforce management, of other types of marina projects, etc., because the system is very scalable, and you can use it in a multitude of different ways, meaning it's quite adaptable to your operation and business as well. We are currently in 45 countries, and we're still privately owned, so all of our engineering is done in-house, meaning it's very easy for us to deploy any new features and functionality to our customers on a monthly basis and an annual basis as well. Over 200 employees and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year global support. But what makes us different? There's a lot of PMS vendors on the market, and what makes RMS Cloud quite unique? So RMS Cloud is built on an enterprise architecture. What that basically means is, from an enterprise perspective, you can manage your property wherever you are around the world. And if you've got more than one property, everything is built on an enterprise solution, meaning you can see a golden guest record across a multitude of different properties. Your reporting is all centralized, and it's continuously evolving to help adapt to your business strategy as you move forward as well. We are early adopters to cloud, so we are one of the most mature cloud property management systems on the market today. Privacy, we've got two-factor authentication, fiscalization across the different regions that we're in, hosting, payments, and all of the different accreditations that we have, which you can find on our website as well. We've got experience in delivering customized features for our customers also. So we have the RMS Cloud user suggestion box. So what happens on a quarterly basis, which I'll touch on a little bit later on, is our users basically advise us on what they would like to see in the system, and we then deploy it as part of the solution if it benefits our global kind of customer base. We do a lot of bespoke customization for enterprise clients as well, based on their operation and if it's something that they need. We've got successful delivery of large, medium, and smaller scale global onboarding projects. So one of our largest clients has over 100,000 keys in over 200 properties. And we specialize in the independent hotel sector as well. So the small independent groups, standalone independent properties, service departments, etc. as well. So we are a full service hotel management software solution with inbuilt portals as part of the solution for guests, for corporates, for agents, etc. as well. Our retention rate, which we're very proud of, is 99.2%. We've rounded down slightly. And we are on a 30-day rolling contract with our customers because we have a lot of confidence in our solution. And if a customer wants to terminate with us, they can do so with 30 days notice. So creating your perfect tech stack. Now, that is what's important to us. We're more than just a property management system, but as part of the RMS Cloud Hotels tech stack that we offer as part of our solution, you've got the native enterprise architecture PMS platform. Within that, you've got the guest marketing platform, which is inbuilt, so you can send marketing campaigns throughout the PMS or within the PMS, sorry. Free global support and expertise, owner and trust accounting if your business operates in that way, guest portals, owner portals, corporate portals where corporate guests can go and book their preferred rates, and agent portals as well, where agents can go and book and they can see the allotments that they have for certain rooms within your properties. Our channel manager is inbuilt as well. So we've got an inbuilt channel manager connecting you to hundreds of OTAs and channels. We've got RMS POS, which is our point of sale, revenue growth tools. So within our dynamic rate manager, you've got dynamic rates, you've got multi-bar rates, you've got options to have occupancy derived increases, decreases on your rates. There's so much that you can do within the solution. It's an affordable partner ecosystem as well. We've got loyalty inbuilt, and we've got global hosting on Microsoft Azure, and we are hosting inside China as well. So how does that work when it comes to your tech stack as part of your solution? So you've got your hotel over here, and not to make it overly complicated, but you've got your property management system and your enterprise architecture. You've got our booking engine. If you don't want to use our booking engine, you've got the RMS online API and the RMS online channel management. Through the online API, you can connect to thousands of channels, OTAs, etc. We've got hundreds of direct connections directly into the PMS, so you can just basically update rates and within seconds they get distributed online. But if you are a very regional property and you have regional travel agents, you can connect them directly via the RMS online API as well, should you wish to. As explained above, you can access the RMS Cloud platform on whatever device. And through our REST API, you've got access to external systems as well. We've got hundreds of partner integrations. Here you've got an example of a few, but it's very easy for us to connect to partner integrations. Excuse me. And within the PMS, you've got the module market. So if you want to connect to a partner, you just select the partner and it's as quick and easy as that. And the integration will be there and you can connect to that third-party vendor. But when I mentioned the enterprise architecture that RMS is built on, we are built on a true enterprise architecture. And what that basically means is it's extremely simplified. So you've got the RMS Cloud Enterprise Edition across the top, and then you've got all of your properties sitting within the enterprise architecture. It's one unified, simplified database where anything that is happening within any of the properties, you'll be able to see in real time on the enterprise architecture. You can have multiple properties in multiple different countries. The users can set their languages. You can have it in multiple different currencies as well. So if you've got a property in France and a property in the UK as an example, you can have one system running on pounds, one system running on euros as well. But you've got a full oversight and management capability top down across a single portal. If you are accessing it on a enterprise level, you can define a global model across kind of finance, guest segmentation. Your reporting you can customize, so it's all on enterprise, so you can see group reporting as well as drilling it down property by property as well. The golden guest record is quite interesting because that is one thing a lot of our enterprise customers ask us for, just making sure that you've got a centralized guest profile where you can see all of their activities and behaviors across all of your brands or all of your properties. So RMS Cloud is already built with that within the property management system. And as I just touched on, the screens within RMS Cloud, which hopefully we'll have time to do some live demonstrations, you'll be able to see the enterprise-enabled architecture within there as well. It's the core structure of our solution, and it's something that we're very proud of. But RMS Cloud in the industry, so founded in 1987, RMS, we were largely responsible for computerizing the Australian hospitality industry prior to going global. And now we are a global company and we have clients around the world. In 2020, we won the Tech Cares Award, and that was because we quickly deployed a COVID-19 health declaration and contact tracing tool within our guest portal. And that was delivered within 3 weeks, free of charge to our customers on a global scale. Now, just to note, we deliver enhancements on a regular basis that are free of charge to our customers globally as well. And we love what our customers say about us, well respected, industry accredited, with a history of building strong and successful partnerships. And the partnership side of it is very important to us. We have a dedicated partnership team for third-party suppliers, etc., that we want to integrate to, but that partnership extends down to our customers as well. Whether it's an enterprise kind of group of properties or whether it's a standalone individual property, you will always get that personal service with RMS Cloud. So a global success story with the Ascot, who are one of our clients. So you can see a lovely quote from the Chief Executive Officer, Kevin, across the right-hand side. But within 14 months, we deployed 258 properties in multiple countries for the Ascot Limited. They have 1,000 daily users using the single enterprise database as well, just to know. And within their kind of rollout, we committed to and developed and rolled out 130 bespoke enhancements for them throughout the implementation as well. You can see, sorry, just to go back to that, if you go onto our website, you can see a few of our success stories there based on what vertical you kind of operate in as well as your organization. Now, social responsibility as an organization, we take quite seriously. I was talking on Travel Tech about sustainability a few days ago, but RMS Cloud, we take sustainability seriously. As you can see from Luke, who is our COO, there's a quotation there, but we partner with a number of local and global charities as well, and we try and offset our carbon footprint in our offices worldwide as well, through schemes with our energy retailers, through the way staff book travel, etc. as well. So we do like to give back and help the environment and help local charities and organizations as well. Innovation. So leading the way for over 35 years, we have a monthly innovation update that we send out to all of our customers, but all of this is publicly available on our website as well. So you can see everything that's coming soon, everything that's been deployed. It's very public, so you can see our roadmap as to what's happening within RMS Cloud. Just last year, we rolled out over 3,000 enhancements across our customers and verticals as well. And those enhancements, sorry, I lost my train of thought then. Those enhancements that we deployed most often have come from suggestions by our customers. And there's a quote here that says, we are customer obsessed. That is very true. And that is the ethos and fundamental of RMS Cloud as an organization. We want to deliver what our customers require and how to future-proof them moving forward by deploying new features prior to other vendors on the market. And how that works with our development team. So our development pipeline, like I mentioned, is driven primarily by customer feedback and industry demand. We try to be proactive rather than being reactive in the industry, which is why we've got a very feature-rich property management system as well. The suggestion box, which is an area where our customers log ideas, and they actually vote which ones they want to see first, which is when we then take them into the development lifecycle. We've got advanced job tracking internally, and development is handled exclusively in-house by our dedicated software development teams around the world. So we've got development teams that work across the globe in our various offices, and they work together to deploy features for our customers. But the reason that we can deploy new development so quickly is because we've got 4 environments of RMS Cloud. We've got the test environment, which is our internal environment, the beta environment, where we've got about 200 to 300 customers around the world on the beta environment. So they're permanent beta customers that test any new features that we're deploying before it moves into the RCE environment, where we've got about 1,000 customers that sit there, and the majority of our customers are in the live environment. So we have a development sprint cycle, meaning within 4 to 6 weeks, we can deploy new features and enhancements to our customers around the world. You can see some more information there on our website as well. Service, support, and delivery, one of the crucial and core fundamental areas of RMS Cloud. Support is 100% free, no hidden fees. It's included in your monthly rolling fee. Specialist support teams who come from a hospitality background, so who understand your frustrations if you are having any on a day-to-day basis. We've got 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, global support. So whether you want to log a service request from the property management system, or pick up the phone and speak to one of our support team. It is multi-language as well, so if you want to speak to a support team member in a different language, you're more than welcome to. We've got dedicated account management and dedicated business relationship management as well. 99.95% uptime service level agreements, and then you can get real-time updates as well via SMS, email, etc. as well, should you wish to subscribe. Resources, you've got a picture of the lovely Davindra on our team, who's actually on the travel tech stand today if you want to catch her. But in relation to the resources that are available to our customers, you've got the RMS YouTube channel, so that's publicly available if you want to take a look, go and take a look at some of our YouTube videos, etc. Industry events, so anywhere you are in the world, if you see the RMS stand, feel free to go by, have a chat with one of our friendly team around the world. You've got the RMS University, so our customers use this on a regular basis. So if they've got new team members, etc., that they want to train, this eliminates some of the kind of time from the operational teams to train, because a lot of the courses are available within the RMS University. And you've got the RMS Help Center. Now, this is a really powerful tool. The Help Center, just as an example, last week we had about 4,700 searches done on the Help Center by our customers. Only 20 of them then followed up and called our support teams, because the information they were looking for, they found in the Help Center. And every single week, we get a top 10 user suggestion feedback for the Help Center, and then we deploy them articles within the Help Center as well to help meet our customer requirements. And that is a little bit about RMS Cloud as an organization. I am now going to go into a live system demonstration. So I think, Natty, I've got about 10 minutes left, if that's correct. So I will just give a quick overview on the RMS Cloud platform. So just confirming, you can see my screen. I've logged into an RMS Cloud enterprise platform with 3 properties, but again, you can have hundreds of properties, or you can have it as a standalone solution. So across the left-hand side, I've got the navy blue section. So this is basically everything that you have got activated in your system. So if I am typing, I don't know, booking chart as an example, I've just got a quick search over here and to select it over here as and when I'm wanting to as well. I've got all of the additional areas within the system across here, including the module market, which I touched on earlier, where if you want a third-party integration that we integrate to, you can just select it and activate it directly in the property management system. Okay, and across the top, I have my user area. So this is my shortcut and my personal area. We like to provide a property management system to our customers around the world, but we want them to be able to customize it as much as possible. So everything you see on the back over here, this is customizable based on property by property. I've just popped in this image, but you can have your branded images within the solution. If you've got a number of different brands within an enterprise, you can change the imagery based on each property as well. So it's very customizable to reflect the hotel requirements. But going back to the white section across the top over here, this is my menu icon control. So these are my shortcuts that I want to see on a day-to-day basis as I log into the solution. As I hover over them, you'll be able to see that each one of them highlights exactly what it relates to. But across the side over here as well, you can expand and retract the menu. So as users become more familiar with the system, they just have it open like this. But when users start to use the system, they always have it expanded so they can see all of the full menu across the side. If I want to customize any of the section across the top, all I need to do is select customize icons. And when I customize them, this is where I can add, remove certain sections of the system as well. So I will always see them as I log in to the solution. Okay, across the side here, I've got a reservation search. Now, this is quite a powerful reservation search, and it will start with what I wanted to show you in relation to the enterprise architecture. So across the top, when I do a reservation search, you can see it's now searching all properties, but then you've got multiple properties within the enterprise architecture as well, which will then show you property by property within the platform also. Across the side over here, you've got additional parameters. So you can see group name, first name, reservation number, room number, if you want to filter it down. You can see cancelled, confirmed, departed, maintenance, no-show bookings. You can date filter across the side over here as well. And then you've got all of the reservations related to that name, which have now appeared as well with the room that they've booked. All of these fields here we can customize so you either see or don't see that information there. Okay. If I still haven't found my booking, I can search current and future reservations by room number, or I can do a global search, which is quite a powerful tool, and it's doing a smart search in the system, basically looking at everything attributed to that particular name. So it's looking at all the reservations, all the client information, all the company information, travel agent, and wholesaler as well. Again, you've got all properties, but you can segment it by dropping down into property by property over here as well. Okay. Across the side then, just moving across, I've got the notification center. So these are user notifications. So this is if we've deployed any new features, etc. That's all within this platform over here. You've got the message center. Now, this is one of my personal favorite areas of the system. If I go into the message center over here, this is where you can communicate two-way with your staff, with your guests, etc. over here as well. So this message has come through the guest portal from this reservation over here. So it's allowing me to go into the booking from there, but you can see I can view the reservation and the guest has sent a message through the guest portal saying, hi, please could I get some additional pillows in my room for my arrival? I can respond directly from here. Certainly, we will pop these in your room ready for when you arrive. Apologies if I've made any typos there. So this will then automatically go directly back to the guest portal. So the guest has this message, but you've got the additional options over here as well. So you've got emails where you can do two-way emails. We've got two-way SMS as well. So if you want to send two-way messages, back and forth text messages to your customers, you can do that. Housekeeping portal. So you can see Davinda, the housekeeper, she's basically said room 5 has left a charger and makeup bag, will hand it to reception at the end of my shift. The housekeeping manager can respond directly from here as part of our staff portal as well. That is part of the core solution of RMS Cloud. You've got the corporate portal and the agent portal. So if corporate guests want to message you, they can do that through the corporate portal. Online travel agent as well. So the OTA, so if someone sends you a message on Airbnb as an example, that can filter through to the RMS Cloud Message Center where you can respond directly from here as well. Again, you've got all properties, or you can segment it property by property. So if I'm a user at a property level, I will not see the option for all properties. But if I'm an admin user or a manager that has access to multiple properties, I can see that within this section over here as well. Okay, the RMS Cloud Help Center. So I mentioned a little bit earlier about the Help Center and having thousands of articles available within the Help Center. But if I just give you an example, reservation. So manage reservations in RMS Cloud. If I want information over here, you can see it's giving me a tutorial over here on the reservation screen as well. And then it's giving me kind of videos, etc. as well. If I go back and I don't know, type in something else, reservation, I don't know, undo a room move as an example, it will tell me step by step on how to complete this task. I've got related questions across the side as well. Or if you're like me and you like to learn a little bit more visually, it'll give you a visual guide on exactly where you need to go to complete the task that you're trying to complete. So the RMS Cloud Help Center is a very powerful tool for our customers around the world. And then you've got my user account and my profile. Apologies if I'm rushing through this, but if you do want to see RMS Cloud in more detail, obviously feel free to visit our stand or just get in touch via LinkedIn or drop us a message. A couple of quick areas that I also want to show you are the dashboards. So these are the RMS Cloud dashboards. Again, you've got property by property. So remember, you can have properties in multiple different currencies if you want to as well in one enterprise architecture. This is an example of the financial dashboard that I've created, but I can edit the dashboard over here. If someone else likes my dashboard within the property that I've created, I can assign it to their user profile. I can see daily, monthly, year-to-date totals, comparisons by room type, monthly revenues. You can see the type of rates that are most popular, areas which will take you directly into the night audit. If I go into a default dashboard, and let's see what that gives me. So within the default dashboard, you can plug in your social media pages. I can like and comment directly from here, which will open up in a new window based on your credentials and based on user access rights. I've got my Twitter page, dirty, clean areas. You can plug in the local weather, etc. over here as well. So there's multiple different things that you can do within the dashboards and creating your own as well. And just note as well, RMS Cloud, a window sits on top of another window, so you don't have to have multiple windows open. Whatever you're working on, if you start working on something new, whatever you have been working on previously will always be on the screen behind you. And then one of the last areas I'll show you is the in and out movements for the operational teams. This is extremely useful. Again, I've got all properties or property by property over here. Front desk users at a particular property will only see one property, but I'm just accessing all properties just to show you how powerful this is. Now, after feedback from our customers who didn't want to access separate screens for check-in, room billing, checkout, what we did is we created the in and out movement screen, which is a centralized view of everything that's happening in property, so they don't have to go into separate screens. So with that in mind, you can see I've got 3 arrivals arriving over here. That one's pre-checked in. These 2 are confirmed. I want to send a quick message to these 2 guests to say, please, can you pre-check in before arrival? Now, I can do that directly from here by sending an SMS, which will ask them to then pre-check in. But again, the other ways that you could use this is looking at your in-house guests. If you want to send a quick promotion for food and beverage, all you need to do is select everyone, send SMS, and it will send them a promotion. The send letter works with our triggered correspondence, where it will send an email, but the system automatically sends all the triggered correspondence for you, so pre-arrival emails, offers, etc., post-departure surveys, things like that, and in-house as well. And with that in mind, you've got additional options over here as well. So if you want to share your no-show bookings, cancel bookings, all of that, it is all available to you in this one screen. And then you can kind of segment it down for group bookings. You can check in multiple guests in one go if you want to by just selecting them and checking in over here as well. You've got so many different things that you can do within the screen also, but the in and out movements is quite a powerful screen. Now, I could talk for hours and hours and hours about RMS Cloud because I love the solution. I hope you've liked what you've seen today too. But if you would like to book a full product demonstration, there's so many different areas that we can show you, which will help you kind of drive and streamline your operations, drive revenues on the rate manager tools that we've got available within the solution. And help with the contact-free kind of guest solutions as well, because we've got a lot of them features and functionalities inbuilt as part of our guest portals, etc. as well. So book a meeting with one of the team. I think the link is on the screen now on the travel tech space. And thank you again for your time today. It's been a pleasure demoing within, I think I've stayed within the 25 minutes. And yeah, look forward to hearing from some of you on the call today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you very, very much for your demonstration, for being here, and for participating at Travel Tech EMEA 2021. I hope see you next year. Was an amazing week. Your participation at the first forum was amazing. I hope you have great feedback as we have. And thank you very much for being here.
No, thank you for having us. We've thoroughly enjoyed it, and thank you very much as well for all the hard work that you've put into the event as well.
Okay.
Cool.
See you
Have
next
a good
year.
day. See you next year.
I
Bye-bye.
hope in person.
Thank you. I hope in person too. Bye.
So thank you very much.
Bye.
See you. So now we continue with our sales pitch. I'm going to take that from the screen. Welcome to, how are you? Delfo, Mary.
Natalia, hi there.
How are you, Delfo?
Very good, thank you. Yeah, well, hello from the south of France. So hello from here in the south. A bit raining today, but usually it's sunshine, so all good, thanks. Thanks for inviting INFOR Hospitality to very in-depth and useful session for I guess customers and industry specialists and our colleagues in the hospitality industry. It's great to get together and talk about what we're all doing. And
yes,
thank you to Zen, who did a very impressive and interesting whistle-stop tour of RMS CLOUD. So it was interesting to hear his thoughts on the industry, and his overview was interesting to listen to.
Yes, it's an honor have you and all these amazing professionals and these leading tech companies in the travel and hospitality industry. I'm learning a lot, and I hope the attendees are learning too. That's
the idea. Do. Yeah, absolutely.
It was an amazing week. More than 9,000 people attended this week. So it's an amazing.
I hope we continue I saw some numbers of the number of views. So it certainly seems like the message is out there, and you're having a good amount of interest on the sessions. So I know that our INFOR colleagues have already been on 2 other sessions, one on revenue management and one on operations. Yeah. So my role here today is to really give you and everyone watching an overview on INFOR hospitality and what we do for the industry. So that would be great to talk to you about that.
So I will present you Delfo Meli, Strategic Account Manager EMEA at INFOR. You have your 25 minutes to do your presentation, and when you're finished, just call me and I'm going to show up.
I share my screen, right?
I don't want to interrupt you, so you call me.
So just let me see if I can get this right so you can see my screen. Can you see the screen? Yes, I can see. I can see you can. Great, good. Well, thank you, Natalia, and thank you everybody for joining the session for INFOR Hospitality. My name is Delfo Meli, and I'm here to talk to you about everything we're doing in the hospitality space. We're doing quite a few things. Some of you may know of INFOR Hospitality or INFOR, or some of you may not. So I'm here just to really explain to you what we do and how we partner with key customers in the hospitality space. My name is Delfo Meli. Sorry, I've got sorry. So my name is Delfo. As I said, I've been with INFOR for 8 years now, and I've been in the supplier side, or we say the dark side, sometimes the vendor side of hospitality IT since the late 90s. So from Michaels Fidelio through to Amadeus, and now with INFOR. And you can contact me. You have my details there, LinkedIn, my email and telephone number. I'd be happy to follow up with any more information. There's a lot to take in, and I'd be happy to explain, in more detail anything that we do in the industry. So who are INFOR? I work for a company called INFOR. We are a hospitality division of a company called INFOR. And we deliver business enterprise cloud applications across many different industries, whether that be manufacturing, retail, supply chain. Indeed, we're the 3rd largest what we call business applications provider after Oracle and SAP. So Oracle are big in the hospitality industry, and INFOR are also big in hospitality. Indeed, about 10% of the business that Oracle does globally is in the hospitality industry. So we're a very key part of the family of INFOR, and we deliver a number of different solutions globally in the hospitality space. So who are INFOR? Well, as I said, we do around $3 billion of turnover a year across the world. We have 168 offices in different regions, with 65,000 customers and around 17,000 employees. So quite a big company, but like I said, we are part of the hospitality space. We are owned by Koch Industries, so we're privately owned by one of the biggest equity investment companies in the US. We're not publicly listed. We don't have to report our quarterly financial statements and react to investor sentiments. We're in for the long term, and we have a very strong balance sheet and money available for research and development. So we service and have around 20,000 hospitality customers throughout the world. We have hospitality business unit offices throughout the Americas, of course, in the EMEA region that we're referring to today, and through into Asia Pacific, Singapore, even down to Australia, where we have offices as well. So we really see ourselves as one of two of the global providers of hospitality solutions, where large hotel chains can deal with a single company and can rely on that company to build and deliver solutions in different languages, different types of fiscal compliance, and a suite of solutions across the globe. So we've been doing this for many years. INFOR Hospitality has grown organically, of course, through new business over the years, but also through acquisition. INFOR acquired a number of key hospitality specialists and vendors in the industry. If you hear of Soft Brands or Amadeus Hospitality or even Easy RMS, a revenue management company in the past, we still have these specialized teams, and many of us have been doing this for a number of years. So we understand the hospitality business very well indeed. So if you look at 10 of the largest hotel companies in the world, all 10 of them are using something from INFOR Hospitality. You'll see in a moment the kind of products we have, but that really allows us to spread our solutions over the globe. And we really have some major customers that are using our solutions. Again, global coverage is complex. We know that delivering tax and fiscal compliance in different countries is not easy. That's something that we have a lot of experience in doing, and we have many customers with even some very large customers, over 1,800 rooms using some of our systems in different countries. So what do we deliver? If you look at a traditional, a classic hotel environment where you've got many departments in a hotel, we have solutions really for nearly all of the areas of a hotel, whether that be, first and foremost, operations, the classic PMS, where you have, reservations, check-in, check-out, housekeeping, accounts receivables, everything you'd expect from a modern cloud-based multi-property PMS. This is called INFOR HMS, so Hospitality Management Solutions. So we have many key customers in the world. I can quote Mandarin Oriental, Apex Hotels, Belmond. There are a number of key chains that are using our HMS Hospitality PMS solution. Of course, my background is specifically in revenue management, although I cover all of our solutions into many of our clients. My specialty is revenue management, so that's another area where we have a lot of customers, and that's either full-blown revenue management, which is all about forecasting, about pricing management, about inventory management, managing your budgeting process, looking at contract evaluation, which contracts are earning incremental value, which ones aren't, looking at group management, understanding revenue displacement of groups. So revenue management is really key. And also alongside, full-blown revenue management, which is traditionally been used for a number of years, we have a brand new tool called HPO. This is really very new, has been out in the market really just last year. We've been working on that for a couple of years, and that's really about dynamic pricing, only focusing on real-time pricing, intelligent pricing based on market constraints, based on market changes, based on competitor data. So that's really quite new as well. So we've had quite a lot of interest in our new pricing tool as well as full-blown revenue management. Of course, no hotel solution stack would be complete without offering a solution also for meeting and events. So we have INFOR Sales and Catering, and that really is about anything to do with groups, about meetings and events, dealing with leads, creating contracts, communication, dealing with clients via email, tracking the whole process from lead generation right to invoicing is covered in our meeting and events tool. Of course, tightly integrated with our PMS, as you'd expect. All of the group blocks and bookings get exchanged between the two, but of course it also connects to other PMSs in the market as well. Alongside that, we have a point of sale solution. So all cloud-based, centrally managed point of sale, where hotels and restaurants and quick service, food service restaurants in the US also use that, as well as table management. So, online links for guests to book a room in the hotel, plus booking a restaurant, is all available in the dining and table management solution. Analytics is a big part of what we do as well. Of course, if you're a hotel group and you have maybe different brands running different PMSs, not even an INFOR PMS, there are many out there, but extracting data at a transactional level, being able to report on that, slice and dice, consolidate data, revenue data, demand data, look at trends, compare pickup patterns against previous years. All of that can be done in our hospitality analytics tool. We also have a tool called INFOR Query and Analysis, Q&A, and many users of Oracle Opera PMS that use a tool called Vision, and that's used for reporting and analytics taken from Opera PMS. That is in fact an INFOR tool. So Oracle resell our reporting tool called Vision to their customers for Opera PMS. So yeah. In addition to that, more on the finance side and planning. So we have Sun Systems, which is one of the leading accounting and back office financial systems for the hospitality industry. We've got a number of projects underway at the moment where we're migrating traditional on-premise server-based legacy accounting packages to fully cloud-based with standardized reporting packs, USALI compliant, so unified system of accounts and standards for the lodging industry, and that's delivered alongside our expense management system. So if you're looking at travel, managing travel expenses and general expenses within an enterprise, that's of course tightly tied into our finance system. And finally, budgeting and planning and financial consolidation. So we all know that the budgeting process and monthly reporting process is sometimes lengthy. Sending Excel spreadsheets. Oh, this is the latest version. This is the final version. Well, we have a cloud-based, fully centralized budgeting and planning tool for the hospitality industry. I said the hospitality industry. It's a hotel version of a tool that's used in all of our industries that we work in. But it's pre-built, ready for the hotel industry. And our biggest customer, hospitality customer, has over 900 users of this tool. So all of their hotels, whether that's finance, sales and marketing, reservations, they all log in and they have a visibility on, how is the hotel performing? What is the forecast? How are they performing against budget? And this all gets, of course, consolidated via workflows into a centralized, fully consolidated position for the hotel chain. And that can be used across multiple brands, of course. So that's a very powerful tool. It's called INFOR Dynamic Enterprise Performance Management. So as I said, 20,000 hotels using these different tools over the world. PMS is really where we've got a lot of customers, a lot of experience, over 10,000 PMS customers right across the globe. So like I said, we have offices that deliver services, deliver support in all of these regions, as you'd expect to be able to cover such a large customer base. Revenue management, where my speciality lies. This is where we also have a lot of customers around the world in over 70 countries using our transactional full-blown revenue management system. It's multi-property. It's got many unique features and is used by some of the key chains in the world. And then financials, as we said, some systems, we have 2,500 Sun Systems customers in many countries, and sales and catering and point of sale. So that's how our breakdown of all of the different customers that we have in the hospitality space. So the advantage of these solutions, whether it be property management, looking at guest profiles and reservation management, whether you're looking at optimizing revenue by forecasting, helping you with price management through HPO, understanding insights with powerful analytics, managing your restaurants or online bookings using a point of sale, or even your function groups and sales and catering. All of these can be delivered via a single platform called Cloud Suite Hospitality. And this is sitting on Amazon Web Services. So It's dynamically scaled in terms of capacity, so customers don't need to worry about upgrades. They don't need to worry about server architecture. Everything is handled with a single subscription fee that's payable to INFOR, of course. And then we handle the whole relationship. We have a department called Cloud Ops that they manage the whole cloud architecture that sits on Amazon Web Services. And above all of these tools, we have our own communication layer called INFOR Ion. And this really allows these tools to communicate together and closely exchange data between the RMS and HMS, between the PMS and the sales and catering system, between the analytics platform and the PMS. All of this is exchanged using our own middleware called Ion. And of course, mobility is key for all of these. So because they are all cloud solutions, it means we have many mobile apps, both guest-facing mobile apps. So whether you want to, book the hotels, or within the hotel, we have, housekeeping mobile apps. We have other apps that can help revenue management, can help sales and catering, meeting and events. So, of course, mobility is key in a cloud world. So that's really, some of our unique value in INFOR Hospitality is the ability to provide, a suite of solutions. You can take one, you can take two, you can take all. And, these are all delivered by one company that has a lot of experience in the hospitality industry. Hoteliers now, they want to pay a single fee and go live very quickly, get quick, faster time to value, and really not be involved with having to install software. I think we've seen, most of the vendors in the industry today, have cloud applications. That's really the way forward. So all of our tools, speak to each other via our own communication methodology. It's a complete suite. We have, a great deal of expertise in this industry, and essentially it's a low risk when you're dealing with a customer that understands, all of these areas in a lot of detail, and they're delivering you these tools on a unified platform. There's much less risk in terms of working with a specific vendor. So all our tools we have in INFOR our own design agency called Hook and Loop. And all of the tools that we work with are adhere to a common design principle that our own design agency helps us with. And the people that work for Hook and Loop come from many different industries. Some of them have come from the film industry. Some have come from design. Some are very technical, and they help us build the customer experience. So if you look at our HMS, our cloud PMS platform, it's very clean, it's very simple to use, it's very flexible. Screens can be created for specific types of employees with specific roles, for specific brands. We have one global customer that some brands are very more on the economy scale, some are more on the luxury scale, and we can really design the screens as per the needs of each type of customer or user. Of course, full mobility, you can see their housekeeping app. Housekeepers can be updated in real time on the status of the rooms, or on what they need to service first. As well as iPad check-in. You can check in guests on an iPad, and everything is very easy to use once you're based in the cloud. Another example is our new pricing tool. So this is what we call HPO, Hospitality Price Optimizer, where we use data from the market. You can see here market insights, so we can see typically, what the hotel competitors are pricing at. How is that based on a lead time? We're 100 days from arrival. This hotel is priced at this point. What is their normal variation of price elasticity? When do they normally increase their price? When do they decrease our price? So we understand, what is the competitive context of the market. And then we understand, what is the impact of that context? Do competitors' pricing impact the demand of my hotel? If they do impact the demand, should that impact influence our pricing strategy? If you're leading the market, meaning that others are following you, maybe the competitor pricing should have a lower impact. or if you're following the market, where you traditionally follow your competitors. That's a scenario where maybe the competitor pricing does have a higher impact. So it's not binary, it's not either or the other, it's to what extent the pricing recommendation or pricing decision needs to be influenced by competition or not. And that's dynamically done in real time. And we have an indicator there. You can see, what is driving the pricing decision. So yeah, this is this is our new tool. Hospitality Price Optimizer allows for real-time intelligent pricing based on the market, based on the competition, and based on some really solid science and optimization methodology that's in the background, being very clever. All of this is delivered by a world-class support team. So we've been awarded a Customer Excellence Award. INFOR has for the last 11 years in a row. All of our support team, of course, are ex-hospitality people. We understand the challenges being faced by our users, and the fact that we have teams that support many different systems is really good, because you might have a problem with the PMS configuration, but actually we might be able to bring some value in the fact that we understand from a revenue management standpoint what is the best way to configure a PMS, how should we configure our room types, how should we manage our pricing, and the fact that we have a lot of revenue management experience brings value into that discussion. So users have access to support. That's via web chat. In the application themselves, they can speak to our support desk. We have an enhancement request system where specific enhancements can be requested. They're voted on by our user community, and of course the requests that are important for our users then get escalated and prioritized within our development roadmap. Of course, and then more personalized account reviews for certain customers where we're much more present. We have monthly review calls. We look at the usage of the systems, how can they improve, and we have a proactive customer success plan to help them maximize on their investment with INFOR. So really, that's given you an idea of what INFOR does. Now, and why, in the end, why should INFOR be considered as a serious potential customer supplier to customers in the industry? Well, we're absolutely focused in the hospitality industry from many different facets. Whether that be finance, whether that be revenue management, sales and catering, reservations, we have value to bring in all of those areas. So our tools are built in the cloud. They're multi-tenant with mobility, and they are very easy to use and modern. And that's really where INFOR, the experience of INFOR and the larger INFOR company helps us drive innovation into all of our solutions. So, as it's all cloud and many tools being delivered at the same time, we can really deliver hotels quickly. We certainly through the COVID times, we were delivering many implementations completely remotely, including training. We send a user login and the system is live. And as I've said, a complete suite of solutions, and all architected on new technology, and the internet is really moving away from on-premise installation is absolutely the way to go. So that's really what I wanted to cover today, really discuss and let you know what we're doing in the hospitality industry. I'm not here to give you a product presentation, but please, if you've got any questions, please drop by the stand on the INFOR Travel Tech stand. We'll be happy to answer any questions. And as I've said, you can contact me on any social channel. LinkedIn is very easy to find people there. Delfo Melli from INFOR Hospitality. Thanks for your time.
I am mute. Sorry. Thank you, Delfo. Thank you very much for your presentation. And we are going to continue our state speech day. Yep. Thank you very much. I put on the screen, I put INFOR virtual stand, so attendees can book a meeting with you and your team.
Thank you, Natalia. Thanks everyone for listening, and hopefully speak to you soon one day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So we continue our state speech day with Eric Munoz, CCO at LYBRA. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you, Natalia.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Good. I am nice
It's
and
nice
relaxed.
to see you again. After APAC, you can hear me? After APAC, now we are seeing again. It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you too. Yes, thank you.
Okay, I will leave you with your 25 minutes of presentation. I'm here in the background if you need anything. I know you are going to...
I do need something, definitely. I'm going to ask some questions to begin with.
Yes?
Maybe there's nobody listening. Maybe there is.
No, we have.
But it's okay. I believe there's at least one hotel there. And that's fine. Yes. As long as there's at least one hotel, I'm happy. Okay. So a few questions for you. My first question, because when I'm presenting or pitching, I don't like to talk. I like to listen.
Okay.
At least initially, when the hotels can explain what they're interested in, what their challenges are, what their problems are. So that's why just talking to a screen for whatever time is a bit strange for me. So my first question is for the hoteliers. When I say guest perception of value, when the guest is about to make a booking and considering your hotel or your competitors, they're making an assessment of their perception of value, which is the best value property for my booking. So my question is, how do you understand what the guest's perception of value is for your hotel? There's no right or wrong answer. It's just a question for you to start thinking about it. Please, if you have some answers, please share them with Natalia, because I can't hear your answers. I can't read your answers. Maybe there's no one there, but you might be watching this on recording, so there might be some value for you. So Natalia, if you have any answers.
Yes, I will put on the screen. So come on, hoteliers, answer to Eric.
The next question, if there's anybody there, I don't know. The next question is, do you have guests who visit your hotel and travel by plane? Or is your hotel just let's say a local leisure destination where people are driving to visit? Because there are obviously different types of properties in the world, but my question is specifically about hotels that have international guests or local guests who fly into your property destination. Yes or no? And if you do have guests who fly to travel to your destination, my question is, what have you experienced so far from the flight demand before lockdown, 2019 and before, and today? I'm not saying we're in the post-lockdown yet. Slowly, we're growing out of this situation. But my question is, how have things changed? And specifically, which markets? Or you don't know. Again, there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. It's just a general question. I've got one more question, but let's just leave it at 2 questions for now, because like I said, maybe there's literally nobody there. I don't know. I literally don't know. And it's okay if there's nobody there, because you might be watching it on recording. And I prefer to be a little bit different, just so I don't waste your time. I value your time. You're not going to see me with PowerPoint. You're not going to see, and Delpho, lovely PowerPoint, by the way, mate. You're not going to see me with a PowerPoint. You're not going to see me do the same pitch that you might be expecting from other vendors. I've got a few cool things to share with you, definitely, but is there anybody there?
Come on, hoteliers. We have more than 30 people.
It's okay. You know what, Natalia? I'm going to assume there's no one there, and it's cool. I'm cool with that. There were 2 questions, very general questions, literally not one answer, which is cool. Maybe there's no one there. Let me start. And Natalia, if you get a random answer, please let me know.
Okay, I will put you on the screen.
So share my screen. Share. Can you see my screen?
There. Yes, of course.
Okay, so I'm presenting to myself, but that's okay. The first question I asked, if you remember, was relating to the guest perception of value. That's just one way of expressing or describing the decision-making process that we all go through when we're making a booking. I'm talking about a hotel booking. It's the same with flights, I guess. We're always looking for the best value flight, but we have limited choices with flights sometimes because of schedules, etc. Now, in terms of a hotel selection, of course, there are many different factors that will influence a guest booking decision, because we want guests to book our hotel, but we also want to be aware of how they perceive our property. Now, these days, for a long time now, it's been very easy for guests to evaluate your hotel, regardless of how beautiful your website is, regardless of how well you've described your property. Lovely soft pillows, beautiful silk sheets, whatever, like however you describe your property, they'll probably look at Booking.com, Expedia, or TripAdvisor, or now Google reviews to see whether or not those lovely soft pillows and silky sheets have bed bugs inside, because you haven't been cleaning or servicing your rooms the way you're not used to because of you're cutting costs, and now your property in New York is full of insects and creatures. And in other words, what I'm saying here with this kind of an exaggerated example is that your guest's perception of value today, and hopefully I'm explaining the obvious, is not determined by how well your website copy reads. It is influenced by the quality of your photographs, definitely, but the photographs on your website are probably the same as the photographs on the OTAs. In fact, the OTAs tend to have more photographs of your hotel for some reason than your property. It's just a trend I've noticed. So with LYBRA, we do many cool things. One cool thing is we won't bore you with PowerPoint slides. Absolutely not. And the question I had for you about guest perception of value relates to one of the features within LYBRA. So we're looking at the calendar currently within LYBRA. There's obviously flight demand module, which I'll share with you as well. I've got 25 minutes, which is plenty of time for these couple of features. And if somebody is motivated to ask me a question, I'll be happy to divert the presentation to answer your specific question. But so far, no one's attending, so that's fine. So what we have here in the calendar, we've got today and every day in the future, color-coded market demand. So my hotel, for example, if it's in Rome, Italy, the destination demand for Italy is shown on the left-hand side with the 5 different shades of blue, the darkest shade of blue being the strongest demand, the lightest shade being the weakest demand, and there are 5, like I mentioned before, there are 5 different levels of demand for each day. Now, that market demand is a calculation based on lots of different data points, not just your market prices for different hotel prices, but special events, flight search demand. So literally in the world, who is searching for a flight to Rome? And Rome has got 2 airports, but that kind of data is used as part of the algorithm's calculation on your market demand. Now, apart from a lot of the standard types of, let's say, indicators or metrics, which are pretty obvious here, this column over here is what I'd like to draw your attention to. There's an acronym there, which is CRI. It's not the Cristiano Ronaldo index. It is Choice Relative Index. And what it means, there's 3 outputs. There's 3 values here: happy face, sad face, or a neutral face. That's universally understood. That's multilingual. We understand that no matter what our cultural background or our experience. Yeah, obviously we want more happy faces, less red faces, and the yellow neutral face as well. They're not great, they're not horrible either. CRI stands for Choice Relative Index. Now, LYBRA is an RMS, but LYBRA is an RMS that's very different to other RMSs in the market. Other RMSs in the market don't do rate shopping. They have to get rate shopping data from OTA Insight, HQ Revenue, or whatever rate shopping system you're subscribed to. We do our own rate shopping. We're not a rate shopper. We're an RMS, but we're an RMS that does our own rate shopping because we know we can do it at a higher quality in terms of using that data within the algorithm. We do real-time rate shopping for every one of your hotel competitors, every room type, every rate type. So when I say every rate type, I literally mean room only, breakfast inclusive rates. If you're a resort, you might be offering half board, full board rates. We shop all of those. If the prices for 1 night length of stay are sold out, we'll look at 2 night, 3 night, or 4 night length of stay. So we can do multiple lengths of stay shopping, like I said before, on a real-time basis. Other RMSs in the market are limited by, let's say, 1 file update per day for the next 30 days for just the lowest price, or whatever the configuration might be. So again, we're an RMS, we're not a rate shopper, but we do our own rate shopping because it's a higher quality for our purposes. Now, we also shop for your competitors' reputation data, your online reviews. So CRI is a combination of your prices and your reputation versus your competitors' prices or reputation. And when we're talking about competitors, we don't have this approach where it's like, well, you can only have 5 competitors, and after that, if you choose any more, we're going to charge you an absolute bomb. No, that's not our approach. That's not practical. So the average number of hotel competitors within the LYBRA user base is about 13. That's the average. So in other words, linking this back to my initial question about the guest perception of value, on each of these days, how does the guest perceive your property versus your competitors when they assess price and reputation together? Tomorrow, Friday the 26th, you look great. The next guest who makes a booking for tomorrow for a standard double room will likely choose your property. These metrics that we're looking at here are also done by room type as well. So we've got red, green, and a whole bunch of yellows on standard double. If I change to a triple, red, green, lots of yellows. Okay, we'd have to try and remember that because I've just changed room type now from standard double to a triple room. And now when we update the calendar, let's give it a couple of seconds, we see, oh, okay, yeah, definitely different. A couple of reds, a green, lots of yellows. So LYBRA will, whether you think it's interesting or not, because guests will always do their hotel bookings based on either emotion or experience. They are looking to get more loyalty points, or they've stayed in your hotel before, or they've visited your city destination before. They know exactly which location they want. Now, if we remove those guests from the discussion, the first-time visitor who's booking without any emotion, who's booking without any knowledge of the market, there's no loyalty points driving their decision. They're purely assessing. Obviously, location and facilities are important depending on the type of traveler, but they're assessing your prices versus your reputation. And so LYBRA will help you with that on a room type level basis, because you can actually, what I've described just now, you can do yourself manually in a spreadsheet, super easy, except prices are very dynamic. And we're talking about 365 days ahead from today by room type. So if you want to do that in a spreadsheet, you will be inside your spreadsheet literally all day long. And that's fine if that's how you want to use your time, but LYBRA can make things much easier for you. Natalia, did we get any answers to the questions at all? I'm going to assume no, because if we did, you probably would have messaged me. No?
No, at the moment we don't have any answer.
No
We have
problem.
more than
No
30
problem.
people, but I think they hear you, but
Oh
they
no!
are shy. Come on, Natalia, answer Eric.
You know what? If somebody is there, just type in hi. That's it. I'm not even going to ask you to answer a question. Just give us a signal that there is actually someone there.
We have more than 30 people online, so come on, people. Answer.
30 people doesn't mean 30 hotels. 30 people means maybe every other vendor here is watching every other vendor, which is cool. Hope I'm entertaining for you guys. Now, assuming there's no hotels here, but you might be listening to this on a recording. What I asked you about was if you have international guests or if guests fly to your destination. I was curious, depending where you are based, I was curious to hear from you in terms of what you've noticed since, let's say, in the last 6 months, as we slowly are living in a world where travel restrictions are changing almost by the hour. Destinations are open, then they're closed, then they're open. And like if you're in Austria or you're in Germany now, as of last week, and you're not vaccinated, okay, life is pretty much locked down for you. And unfortunately, this creates a lot of stress, confusion in the travelers' minds, but it also creates opportunity for you hoteliers who are aware of these changing conditions. And you have technology like LYBRA, which helps you monitor and take advantage of these dynamic changes. Because if there's one thing that I'll always remember from this pandemic situation, I mean, it's impossible to ignore or think of a day where we might have forgotten about what we've been living through for the last 2 years. But if there's one question that has been, let's say, top of mind for all of our hotel customers, our hotel owners, and that question, let's say, started 2 years ago or 18 months ago, and the owner of the hotel or the GM of the hotel would be asking the revenue manager or whoever's responsible for forecasting and pricing, they'd be asking the question, when do you think demand will come back, right? For any of you hoteliers listening to this recording, have you been asked that question? You probably have, or you've asked yourself that question. When will demand come back? When do you think business will return to normal? That's a topic of webinars that I've seen floating around more than I care to pay attention to. I think there's only so many times you can answer that question without acknowledging the fact that things are changing so dynamically. And yes, there are traditional travel trends like major markets for Greece, for example, or Greece and Cyprus, tropical island or Mediterranean island destinations are typically the German market, the UK market, a little bit of France as well, but those, and the Russian market. So Russia, Germany, UK are the top 3 source markets for Greece and Cyprus and other countries as well. Now, if travel demand today was exactly the same as 2019 and 2018, the kind of analysis that we're doing now wouldn't be very interesting. It'd be a little bit boring because it's exactly what we expected. But what we have here is the ability for your hotel, in this case, the hotel's in Rome. Rome has 2 airports, Ciampino and Fiumicino. We're looking at global flight search demand, in this case for the last 7 days. But of course, you could change that selection to any other date range you may prefer. And for anyone looking to travel from today for the next 4 months, again, you can change the parameters if you wish. Now, when are these guests around the world looking to travel? We break that down between the local market, national market, and the foreign market, being the rest of the world. So in this case, the national market is Italy, foreign market is rest of the world, and the light blue colors in the graph indicate special events that are occurring in your city. That's just a summary of the data. We also summarize the booking window. Obviously, the booking window is super important in revenue management and also online marketing. So to understand the differing booking windows between the local market and the international market is summarized here. How many guests are looking to fly? So we could assume, not with 100% certainty, but that one guest traveling is probably a corporate traveler, although not exclusively, or maybe visiting family and friends. How many couples, how many families, how many small groups? Then we get into more detail. So how many people from Australia? Not a lot. What about Brazil? Also not a lot. US, Canada. You have an interactive map. So I could zoom in here now on the south of France, where Delfo Melli is sunning himself, but not today because it's raining. Poor Delfo. It's raining today in the south of France. Sorry, mate. No pity for you. You can look at the map here interactively to understand exactly where your bigger markets are using the heat map, or on the right-hand side here, you can see your number one market, number 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. Now, what you can see is the share. What percentage of total global search to Rome is coming from each of these countries? You can see Italy's number one, Spain, then UK, Israel, for example. And the trend, because we're looking at the last 7 days, how does the search data compare with the previous 7 days? These are all negative trends, so it's only down by 5%, 3%. Okay, UK down by 28%, that's sizable. But Israel is up 13% versus the previous 7 days. So we show you trend data. But markets like Spain and let's say the UK, where I'm speaking to you from today, sunny today, by the way, for a change. It's a big country in terms of source airport markets. What are the number 1, 2, and 3, for example, airports? So London, Manchester, then Liverpool, Edinburgh. So you can get a very detailed understanding of your major source markets. Israel and Greece ranked higher than the US, really surprising. US is normally number 2 into Italy, but it's Thanksgiving this weekend, or actually today. Today's Thanksgiving in the US, so happy Thanksgiving to anybody who's celebrating. But from a revenue management perspective, it's great that we understand macro level demand and city-specific demand, but I want to know more about the Spanish traveler. Can you give me an idea of how many are, let's say, possibly corporate, one traveler, couples? What is the booking window for each of those traveler profiles, and what's the length of stay? Okay, so about a 4 or a 5 night length of stay, about 40 nights booking window. How does that compare to the UK market? Again, you can select the icon next to the country, and now we can see a slightly longer booking window. That's probably to be expected, but a longer average stay. Excellent. So you can do very specific analysis on each of these destinations. And then we take this one step further, because we are bringing to you global flight search demand, which if you're a hotel that has international guests or guests who fly into your city location, this will be important for you. But because we do that flight analysis, we also connect to your hotel PMS. So the logical evolution of that, let's say that those pieces of data, the logical crossover point, is to highlight for you which markets you are getting your fair share of reservations from. So all these countries that are in blue, that turns green when my mouse moves over. So China, Russia, Italy, UK, France, Germany, for example, you already have reservations from those markets. But guess what? There are people in Spain and in Israel, we've just seen the data, who are searching for flights to your destination, but you have 0 reservations in your PMS from those countries. Now, the next step or the action point is really easy. You know what to do, but you don't have the data today unless you're using LYBRA. LYBRA is showing you that you're missing out on potential demand which has been noted from Spain and Israel. So speak to your sales or marketing team, get them to speak to your market managers or your travel partners in those destinations. Hello, we're open for business. The borders are open. We're looking forward to welcoming your guests, blah, blah, blah. All of that conversation is really, really simple and easy to have when you have the data. And that's one of the, let's say, key messages here is that we are experiencing different travel demand than we saw in 2019. That's likely to continue. However, the nature of the business and the origin of the business that we are experiencing today may replace business that we used to have without having to guess or try and use your intuition. Use data. Make decisions based on actual data, and you'll always be able to maximize your efficiency, maximize your profitability. And I think I've got 1 minute and 30 seconds left, roughly. What I want to show you is just something that so far what I've shown you, the Cristiano Ronaldo index, the CRI, Choice Relative Index. No one else does that in terms of the RMS space. In terms of the flight search demand data, using that flight search demand data in the algorithm, no one else does that. And something else no one else does is when we report on revenue, we have the ability to show you gross revenue or net revenue of commissions. You might say that's pretty logical. Of course you should be doing that. No one else does. So if there's, let's say, one message or one summary to take away from this presentation today is that LYBRA offers something very different. This has been a very specific highlight of a few, let's say 3 features that are very unique and I think very valuable for hoteliers. You might disagree. You might say, you never showed me your forecast. You never showed me any PowerPoint slides. I wanted to see 55 PowerPoint slides. I'm sorry if you're expecting 100 PowerPoint slides, but I appreciate your time today, whether there's anyone there or not. And yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you very much for your presentation. Here we have a message from Dave Nathan. He said, Eric, thanks for the great info input, flight, analyze, connect, crossover to our hotel PMS system. We captured this. Thank you, Dave. So here we have an answer for you, Eric. We have people attended you, and I think they listen to you, and they will. They can't see this presentation again the next week. We are this speech still recorded, so we can put on our LinkedIn, and they can schedule a meeting with LYBRA on your virtual stand. There they can connect with you and your team. So thank you very much, Eric, for being here. We'll continue with our pitch session. Thank you. See you.
See you. Ciao, ciao.
So now we have Rachel Parker. Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Yeah, good morning. How are you guys?
How are you? Rachel Parker, Business Development Manager UK at PROFITROOM. Welcome to Travel Tech.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's my pleasure. Please, you have your 25 minutes for your presentation. I will leave you. I'm on the back. If you need anything from me, just call me. Okay?
Brilliant. Thank you.
See you.
Well, I'll share my screen with you guys. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining today and taking the time to find out about all these great tech companies in the industry. It's really nice to obviously tell you more about PROFITROOM, but obviously to learn about some of our colleagues as well throughout the industry. So a bit about PROFITROOM then. So I'm Business Development Manager in the UK, but also take care of some of the other markets as well that it sounds like you guys are in today. And my background as well as a couple of the other people that have spoken today is in revenue management. So I actually used to be a client of PROFITROOM's before joining the team. So it's been really nice to see sort of both sides of that relationship as well. So what do we actually do at PROFITROOM? So we are an online booking platform. So we sort of satisfy the entire guest journey, all of the guest facing tech. So that goes from our core product, which is the booking engine itself that sits on your hotel's website. We've then got the channel manager, so that's satisfying that integration between your PMS to all of your online channels as well, such as Booking.com, Expedia, Airbnb, for example. We also build websites, so we do web design and web development, and we have a great tool that I'll show you a little bit more of shortly, which is actually powered by all of the content that is making your booking engine as well. So it makes it really quick and easy for you to put together a website, which a lot of people have been doing throughout COVID, actually reviewing these sides of their tech stack as well. Finally, we've got the marketing services and automation. So marketing automation are like your CRM features, so pre and post day messaging to guests, building campaigns and newsletters. And then the marketing services, which is what I'm actually going to talk in more detail about first, which covers SEO, Google Hotel Ads, and other meta search as well. So then digital marketing, just to put a bit of like structure to the many products that we do have, I thought we could start by going through the user journey that a guest would actually experience online. And that would start with them actually finding your property. So how are you going to be as visible as possible? How are you going to get as many people finding you on a search engine to then enter your website and ultimately, hopefully, make that reservation? And that all does start with digital marketing. So I've put on here to avoid blanket campaigns wherever possible, unless it's for brand protection. So we really want to personalize your marketing at every touch point to make it as targeted as possible and give you the highest chances of converting that guest rather than doing these blanket campaigns. When it comes to meta search, it is one of the fastest growing spaces at the moment. So in 2020, for example, over 45% of global travel searches online were on meta sites. We know that it's been growing for a while, and we imagine it will only carry on going in that direction. So if it's a space that you're not already aware of then definitely something to start looking into for your hotel, resort, or service departments, wherever it is that you're representing today. To give you a couple of examples of some meta sites, just so you can get a feel for what we're actually talking about. So to start with, one of those most popular, especially here in Europe, is Google Hotel Ads. So when you're searching on Google and you pop in either a city or a particular hotel name, you'll find that on the right-hand side, you've got your what we call like a Google business card. And this, to start with, you need to make sure that you've claimed it for your business. So quite often you'll see that space there, but it's not actually populated completely. So it's not linking to your website. You can link to directions here to call the property as well. So make sure that that is actually showing for your hotel to begin with. But now Google has sort of taken over that space to actually facilitate reservations as well. So you can see this big blue check availability button. It might say book a room instead, something along those lines. And underneath, you'll see that you've got the different channels that you can then book on. And at the top, circled in the yellow here, it says official website. So that's your hotel's direct website. It's going to take you to your own booking engine, which is really where we want to be pushing as much traffic as possible. So Meta is great because it allows you to really have more of a level playing field with OTAs. The likes of Booking.com, Expedia have massive budgets to bid on your brand, but this really allows you to be up there with those higher players. So really you want to be as high as you can on there rather than having to scroll through. Generally, we're very impatient as humans now, so we're not going to be scrolling to pages 2 or 3 when it comes to Meta. A few other examples. So there's Trivago, one of the most popular meta sites as well. And the equivalent to that top space is this green box here. So that's the sort of headline slot that you want to be in. This is also a really good example of why rate parity is so important on meta sites as well. So you can see here the direct websites, £68, booking.com, 105. So with rate parity, you want to make sure that your direct website is either the same price or lower in this instance than who you're competing against as well. One final example is TripAdvisor. So again, just to show you the difference of where these headline slots are. Over on the left here, you've got the official site. You can have it so your own logo and branding comes up on there too. There are a few more depending on the market that you're really targeting at the moment. So with search engines, there is Bing, obviously a lot larger in the States than here in the UK, so one to be aware of for when that travel does open. You're seeing that demand coming from the States again. There's Yandex in Russia, and another site getting a lot bigger in the Asian markets is WeGo, one of the meta sites. So worth having a look at if they are target markets for you as well. So let's say you've got your meta all up to date. Where is that then taking them? That's going to be taking them to your website. So we want to make sure that your website is as highly performing as it can be, that when we're capturing all of this traffic to the website, that they're then finding what they need. So you can see on the graphic here that our websites are completely compatible to all devices, which is so important nowadays. So I've put there as one of my points, compatible to mobile. If you have a website that is built from, let's say, the mobile up, as we call it, that means it can adapt to all the different smart devices that you're using, so tablets, mobiles, and other laptops as well. It was about 3 or 4 years ago, I think, when mobile bookings actually overtook desktop bookings in the travel industry. So now I'm sure it's even higher than that. And especially during COVID and coming out of the pandemic, it's going to be a much younger demographic that have that confidence in traveling again first. And they are the ones that also are going to be more likely to be looking on a mobile. So one really key difference with our tech at ProfitRoom is that rather than just having your mobile compatible for your website itself, it will through into the booking engine. So it's a completely seamless integration between the two, which is why the products work so well together. I'd really encourage you all to go away today and actually have a look at your entire user experience from your website into your booking engine online. So making sure that it's as dynamic as possible, that you know what the goal is for each of the pages on your website too. So is it to give information to the guest? Is it for them to complete an inquiry form? Or is it for them to enter the booking engine and ultimately make that reservation? So have a look through and just get a feel for how that works for your property. With ProfitRoom, we have a few different options when it comes to our web design as well. So we have a web assistant tool, which is a tool which creates your website in even just a couple of minutes from all of the content that is powering the booking engine itself. So just to show you a few examples, we've got 5 different templates that you can choose from. You can mix them up. If you start, 6 months with the number 3, the sun template, you can then move over to another if you don't feel that it's performing well in your space. But we can do very bespoke projects too. So we can actually sit down with your team, get an idea of your vision, what it is that you'd want to present online, find more out about your voice and your branding, and then put together a proposal there for you. Going then on into the booking engine itself, which I've mentioned a few times, this really is our core product at ProfitRoom. So this is where a lot of our investment and development and focus goes. Over a third of the team are web developers. We're constantly bringing out new developments and features to make sure that the booking engine is as highly performing as it can be. And as personalized as it can be as well. So we primarily work with a lot of independent luxury hotels and resorts, but also a lot of really unique accommodation providers. So little cabins, lodges, eco-pods as well. So we need to make sure that our tech can be personalized to each of those. Even really little things like rather than saying room, it can say cabin or villa or suite instead, which seems like something really simple, but a lot of booking engines aren't able to do that. So what's going to make your booking engine as engaging and highly performing as possible? So Imagery is so important. Making sure that your property has really evocative imagery that's going to sell the experience is really key at the moment, but also making sure that that imagery is really prominent in the booking engine. So really the guest is getting all of your, your blurb, your sales description, your bringing the property to life within the website itself. But when they're in the booking engine, that's when they're at the sort of decision-making process. So this is when we want the images to really sell that experience. And then looking at the customer journey as well. So how easy is it for them to get to that final step? How many steps are there within the booking process? And is it really clear what they need to do next to then carry on that journey as well? We also have some really great tools to, not only get you more direct bookings, that's the goal at the end of the day, to lower your overall commission costs, but how can we get you better quality bookings with a higher average booking value, with package sales, a longer length of stay as well, and with extras too. So I thought I'd show you just a couple of screenshots of what our booking journey looks like. So you can maybe sort of picture that where it would sit with your property. So this is a hotel that we work with. I'm here in the UK where I'm based. And when you're on the hotel's website, if you went to book a room, which is just in sort of the top corner here, our booking engine opens as an iframe on top of the website like this, which is really one of the key USPs at PROFITROOM. So your URL isn't changing, your guest isn't being redirected to another site. So it's really going to support your brand, protect your brand, but also gives you a really seamless user journey for the guest as well. This landing page that we first come onto, this is great for showcasing different offers and packages that you have at the property. And these little filters at the top that you can see, they can be changed as well based on your demographic, your market that you're targeting, or what your best services are that you can offer. So if I were to click on one of these offers, they all have their own dedicated landing pages that look a bit like this. We can make these for all of your room types as well. And these are great because although everything's opening as this iframe that's coming up on top of the website, it's all still being powered by URLs in the background. So that means that we can link to these pages from other areas. So you could put embed links for these to social media, onto your website itself, or putting them into campaigns and newsletters as well. So guests then are going to be taken immediately into your booking engine rather than having that extra stage on the website and then having to click through. So your clicks through from your point of interest to your confirmation of a booking will be a lot shorter. We can also make really bespoke landing pages for different events or weddings, corporate accounts that you might have too. And we can even change the imagery as well. So you could have a photo of the couple here for a wedding, or you could have the logo and branding for a corporate account. These as well will really help support not only to get you more direct bookings, but to get you more bookings that are online. So conversations that we have a lot with hoteliers are, okay, well, obviously I want more direct bookings, but so many of those direct bookings are happening over the phone or email, and it's taking a lot longer. One of the big conversations that's happening at the moment at all the events that we're attending is around the staffing shortage. So your teams aren't as big, people are, helping out wherever they can, and reducing the number of phone calls and emails that the team are getting is going to take a lot of pressure off of you. So typically, why are people calling? It's because they maybe can't find what they're looking for online. You've got quite a unique package that's hard to promote and sell online. Maybe length of stay restrictions, for example. So we eliminate all of that with our tech so that it's as easy as possible for the guests to find all of that and not feel like they have to pick the phone up. So if I went through from this landing page to then click on show the price list, we're then taken through to the actual rates and availability. So here you can see at the top, it's taken me to Sunday, the 28th of November for a 2-night stay. Now that's because that's the next date that this package that I've clicked on has availability for. So all of our entries into the booking engine are pre-populated or personalized so that you're very rarely going to be shown a no availability message, which is happening quite a lot at the moment and can be very frustrating as well. So you'll see here, if I opened up the calendar and let's say I didn't want to stay on those dates, I then selected a new date. the minimum length of stay restriction is pulling through as well. So it's telling me that I need to stay for 2 nights. And this is really key because quite a lot of people, especially given the increased demand in some of the regional areas during COVID, will have these minimum length of stay restrictions. But people are maybe searching for not quite the right arrival nights or not quite the right length of stay. And they're simply getting a no availability, try your luck again, see what dates you can find. Whereas we're always guiding the guests to that next date that they can find. So the next step after that is then your extra stage. So it is worth pointing out that our booking funnel does only have 3 steps. So it's a really short booking process. And even just showing those steps at the top, again, it sounds like something quite small, but we need a lot of hand-holding online. And it's great to show those different steps to the guest as well. The extra stage 2, perfect for increasing any ancillary revenue that you can get throughout other departments. And our extra stage, we can also break down into tabs, which we really like. So you could actually see there your in-room extras, dining extras, cancellation as well. Again, these are completely customizable to your property, but it just means that the guest isn't having to scroll through a big long list of extras, especially talking about mobile again. We don't really want more than 1 or 2 scrolls on there. So that's going to really help enhance your user experience. On the right-hand side here, we've got the reservation summary. So this sits throughout the booking process. And you can see as well, it's really clear the payment breakdown. So this is only more important at the moment. People want to know what's expected to be paid now and later. We've built COVID-specific policies as well that you can put on your booking engine too. We do integrate with a majority of payment gateways, so we can then actually set up for automated payments to be taken at the time of booking, but to then also trigger reminder emails to send out to guests as well. So just one less thing for your team to have to do and free them up for other tasks as well. So that goes through sort of a whirlwind of the booking engine journey online. Everything is powered from what we call our PROFITROOM suite. And within that hub, we have a few other features as well that can help you really reconnect with your guests, other touch points too. So we've gone through, I suppose, the whole point of booking. After that, we still need to have that communication in place. So we have automated pre and post-stay messaging, all set up from our system, which is included within the booking engine itself. And this goes through to even a message that goes almost a year after the guest last made a reservation, rather than stayed, to say, this time last year you were planning your trip to, to Italy, to the south of France that we've spoken about before. You can leave an incentive in there for them to rebook, or just to remind them that you're still there and want to welcome them again. The system can also create campaigns and newsletters, which is again all built from the content that you've already put in the system. So it makes it really easy for you to manage. They're all done with drag and drop elements. So you can just pull through and create a really nice looking campaign very quickly as well, where all of your images, descriptions and pricing all pull through, and a nice little call to action for them to then go through to that specific landing page within the booking engine as well. We have one feature which I'm really excited to tell you guys about because it is really unique to our system too, which is personalized offers. So we have a little module in our suite which allows your team to be able to send out a quote or a proposal to a guest if they're not quite ready to commit to booking yet. So I remember from working in a hotel, we'd so often get phone calls from people who would say, we'd get their quote and then they'd say, I need to speak to my partner, or I'll call you back, I'm not quite ready to book yet. So what this allows you to do is your team can come into here. They would then select the particular offers or packages that they have spoken to a guest about on the phone or maybe on email. And then we can create a body here. So we can create different templates, but it's a completely free type field. So, if they were celebrating something or you wanted to be a bit more personalized, you can add that in. And then this allows you to do quite a few things. So to start with, it will send the offer sent here. So that's going to send them a really nice looking email with the body that you have written and then the different offers that you have selected. You can choose different nights of the week. You can choose different room types, different packages. You can do multi-rooms as well. So there's a lot that you can do with that. The guest, then all they need to do is click through on the offer that they would like to book, and it takes them straight to the checkout stage on the website to complete the booking. So going back to what I was talking about earlier, this really helps you to reduce the number of phone calls that you're getting and increase the conversion too. So if you have that conversation on the phone, they're probably going to want something in an email anyway. So if you're putting it through our platform, they're then encouraged to complete the booking online rather than call back again. If they don't click through and make that reservation, then we can trigger follow-up emails to be sent from there. So there are two different options for that. So day after, 2 days after, whatever you see fit and appropriate for your hotel, you can then send them a little reminder to then make that booking. We can also then get different reporting from it as well. So this is really mimicking what you would have online with your Google Analytics. You can then retarget that guest with the follow-ups and, you know, manage your conversion rates from there. So going then on to some other areas of the suite is the reporting. So with my sort of revenue manager hat on, this is an area that I really love of the PROFITROOM suite. So this is one of our reports, which is a demand analysis report. So this allows you to see not only when people are searching for dates, but for what dates they're then searching for. So given the past 18 months, almost 2 years, traditional reporting that revenue managers, general managers are looking at on sites have really lost their weight. So comparing to previous years and your market isn't quite as reliable as it used to be. Whereas this demand analysis report allows you to see current data and current demand, so what people are looking at today. So this was really helpful around event days as well, to see when those spikes are of interest, and you can then really build your whole sales and marketing strategy and revenue strategy around that. So here, if you were hovering over on the live account, it would tell you the dates and the actual number of people searching. But I can see this big spike here for the 3rd, 4th of May, I imagine that would be. And so why is that? Is something happening in the area? Do I need to review my pricing? Do I need to pop a length of stay restriction on to support my shoulder nights as well? How can I really enhance on that demand? Another report as well is showing you when people are searching for dates and then getting no availability messages. So again, we can see here, similar time to the demand analysis report, a really big spike at that beginning of May for people searching and then finding that you are full. So maybe, you know, this could be a good thing, just that there's a great demand in the market and that you're really taking advantage of that. But also maybe I do need to look at my restrictions. If lots of people are searching for a Sunday night, for example, I want to make sure that I open up availability if I'm working on allotments, for example. So I thought it would be useful as well to show you just how we fit into the tech stack, just conscious of time, but I am near the end. So this will vary slightly based on hotel to hotel, but just to give you an idea of how it all fits together. So you've got your internal PMS system here on site, which often links to a revenue management system or a payment gateway as well. We then have a two-way integration with that particular PMS. And then from there, that's where all of our tools are then built from. So you've got the channel manager going out to your OTAs, but also your online booking engine. And then also your digital marketing CRM that we just looked at, and the website as well, which is all powered from that one PROFITROOM suite. With all of our services, we do have obviously access to our full support team. The company started off over in Poland, which is where our head office now, in Poznan, which is where all of our developers are. The majority of the team, like myself, do have a background in hospitality. So not only do we want to be a part of your overarching strategies and goals, but we really do understand those day-to-day operational difficulties and challenges that you are facing. So it's been really nice to have those sort of like-minded conversations with hoteliers again. You will also get a dedicated account manager when you work with PROFITROOM. So they are specifically selected based on your style of property and the expertise that they have. And they can really act as like an extension of your team. So you're really making the most out of the platform. So just a few like takeaways for you to have from today. So please do get in touch with me on LinkedIn or through the platform here if you have any other questions or would like to see more of the platform as well. But a few things that you can do now is to have a look at your user journey online, go through as a guest would, and really get a feel for what the user experience is like, because that is the first impression that they're having of your property. I've put here as well to be guest-centric in your approach. So, you know, put yourself in the mind of the guest, maybe get some friends or family of yours that don't work in the industry to go on, because it is very different from their point of view. I've also put here as well, expect more from your tech partners. So I quite often, and my colleagues quite often, have conversations with hoteliers where they're building their strategy around the tech that they already have, and they maybe feel a bit limited by that. We really, really encourage you to find partners that can grow with you and that can realize your goals, rather than building your strategies around the tech that you already have in place. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for listening. If you do have any questions as I said, pop something in the chat. Touch with me on LinkedIn as well, and we'd love to find out about your property and how we might be able to help you, like we have some of our other clients.
So thank you, Rachel, for your presentation. Thank you very much. I put on a screen the virtual stand of PROFITROOM, so the attendees can schedule a meeting with your team, and I hope to see you again next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So our last speaker from this sales pitch session, I'm going to add to the screen. Hello, Hani, how are you?
Hi, very good. Thanks, Natty. How's everything?
How are you?
Very good, very good. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me back for the second time. Glad to be here.
It's a pleasure. I will present you as Hani. Well, I'm going to say Hani because I don't want to say wrong your name. So, Hani Krisani, Business Development Manager at BOOKASSIST. You have your 25-minute presentation. I'm going to out this. And we are guests, please. You can share your screen. I will.
Yeah, that's perfect. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes, we can see you and we can hear you well. So when you finish, just call me and I go show up. See you.
Thank you. Well, thanks everyone for joining today. Great thing about webinars is that you can enjoy your lunch and listen to me at the same time. So thanks for everyone who's taking time out of their busy schedule to join this webinar today. So I'm just going to go through the secret to increase your hotel's direct sales, and going to start with why to focus on direct. At BOOKASSIST, we believe that direct bookings should be at the heart of your team's strategy. You should be focusing on direct bookings, because end of the day, bookings coming through OTAs are costing you much more, and there is so much more business that you can reach directly and at far better margins. Your CPA is always the same with the OTAs, but as you get more successful at direct, you can really drive down your CPA. And BOOKASSIST can offer not only the technology, but can be a partner to work with you on your strategy as well. Of course, you absolutely need the OTAs to give you visibility, but focusing on direct protects the future of your business and keeps you in control. So just to have a quick look at some financial facts about direct bookings compared to the OTAs. So as I have said already, direct bookings have a much lower CPA, and we see it's around 10% across our clients, including the cost of the booking engine, your website, and marketing budget. And direct bookings are also our higher margin. Direct bookers are much more loyal, so cancellation rate is lower. And we see from our research that direct bookers spend more at the hotel compared to bookers that are coming through the OTAs. Very important to mention that with the direct bookers, the hotel owns the customer data as well. So therefore, you have an opportunity to build stronger and better relationships with your customers coming through directly. And you can also encourage guests to return, and it helps you build your hotel's brand as well. And of course, there is no better time than now to look at these relationships with your OTAs and with your third-party providers. The silver lining of the pandemic, if there was one, is definitely that the staycation business improved for many hotels over the past couple of years, really. And therefore, some hotels have really grown their direct share of business as well. There is still opportunity there over Christmas, but in many countries, obviously, that's going to depend on how the fourth wave is going to plan out. It is important to keep in mind, though, that we cannot rely on the staycation business forever, and it will be important to be marketing and reaching out to new segments in the new year. So just to quickly recap on hospitality's current focus. So what we see is people are certainly more cautious and looking for information prior to booking at your property, and you need to be able to communicate to them through your website and have relevant information available on your direct website. Booking habits has also changed, so you need to address that through packages or special offers. People are more likely to look for cancellation, flexible cancellation policies, and so on. City locations, unfortunately, still remain compromised versus countryside locations, which have been much more popular. And business travel is still a bit slow to recover. Important thing to mention here, and I will touch on that a little bit later as well, is mobile is ever more so that should be definitely high priority for every property to look at their website and booking engine setup on mobile as well as on desktop. So hotels have definitely more limited time and working with limited teams as well at the moment. So we believe that having key data is more important now than ever. So hotel managers can really focus on the big issues. And our BOOKASSIST intelligence tool can help you with this. And I will go into a little bit more detail on that later. You also have to take time to know your evolving new customers and communicate with them. And you can do that through our smart CMS. So what we offer is really a direct booking suite, as we like to call it. We have been around since 1999 and constantly growing and adding new services, but always making sure that all of these are highly integrated and therefore work best together. We have, for example, merged our roadmap for web design and booking engine, so they feed each other really well and therefore improve conversion. Saying that all of these services are available on a standalone basis as well, if required. As you can see, our services integrate really well with external services, and we partner with many other key players on the market, and that allows us to bring more to the table for BOOKASSIST clients. Our technology is certainly built with your guest in mind. So mobile has been a major focus for us, and we launched our mobile first booking engine in 2017, and it continues to evolve since. All updates and new functionalities are continuously tested for high conversion, and we focus on a frictionless booking experience for your guests by removing barriers to booking across the entire guest journey. BOOKASSIST guarantees high performance. So as I have mentioned, the average CPA for direct business with BOOKASSIST is less than 10%, but some of our highly optimized hotel clients are achieving less than 8%. And that's including all of the cost for the website, digital marketing, and booking engine. An average conversion of our market-leading booking engine funnel conversion across our most optimized clients is 14.8%, and the proportion of total hotel inventory sold via the direct bookings is averaging around 44%. We take our security standards really seriously as well at BOOKASSIST. So we're level 1 PCI DSS compliant, which is the highest level, and we do go through external audits every year. We have worked with thousands of hotels worldwide over the 20 years in operation, and we also work with quite a significant number of 5-star properties and hotel groups across the globe. We're now present in 48 countries. We're also pleased to say that we have a very good customer recognition. BOOKASSIST, in fact, is the first company ever to hold 4 simultaneous #1 worldwide awards through the Hotel Tech Report. And we have also entered this year, so watch this space for some results expected in January 2022. BOOKASSIST actually was acquired by Jonas Software in 2017. Jonas is a division of Constellation Software, which is Canada's largest software companies. We are part of this wider hospitality group, which is ever growing. So the good thing about this is it gives BOOKASSIST the opportunity to bring other technologies from our sister companies into our marketplace, and likewise those companies can use our technologies as well. We have 6 offices now in Europe, with the head office being in Dublin, where I'm based. And we do have reseller offices in Toronto and now in Argentina as well. We work with expert teams who support the hotels and an additional team member, and as partners in their direct strategy. So they focus on growing your business as much as you do. At the end of the day, we only win if you win. So we are there to support the hotels on this journey. We have decades of leadership and experience in some of these areas right now. As we're Google partners, we get the opportunity to try on new things and beta test. So we do get advanced notice and access to new technologies, both on DM and meta area. So that also gives us great opportunity to continuously develop on some of these fields. So jumping into our services and technology. So our Smart CMS, which is an award-winning, unique website with a future-proof common core CMS. But first of all, it's never out of date. With new features and updates are released constantly. We actually launched our newest version this year with new functionalities and a highly customizable layout. In fact, we have signed more websites and built more websites in both 2020 and 2021 than in 2019, despite the slow recovery of the market. We typically have different styles of website in the Smart family, and it is highly focused on the conversion aspect of mobile. In fact, you can adopt the content and the layout on mobile versus desktop. There has been, as I mentioned, a huge increase in the amount of transactional business for hotels on mobile compared to what we have seen years prior to the pandemic. So mobile should be absolutely the main focus for every property. And then jumping into our booking engine. So again, our booking engine is mobile first and built to convert. as I have mentioned, we back this technology up with expert advice and support as well. So we offer full account management service. Our account managers from the hospitality industry, so they can really advise you and assist you in your strategy. We also offer a powerful data intelligence and reporting to help you plan ahead. And I'll touch on that in a little bit more on my next slide. And as I mentioned, the booking engine is highly integrated with the website for increased conversion, but we can work with other website providers as well. So I won't go through all of the booking engine features because there's just so many. So I suppose what I want to focus on is the key conversion functionalities and really what can drive and optimize conversion for properties. So one of these would be certainly intelligent room substitution to help you optimize conversion and works really well for properties who have loads of different room types. Dynamic discounts, of course, they are in full swing right now with all the Black Friday offers going live. So I've seen this morning, my inbox was full with all the lovely Black Friday offers. I think some properties are doing even 20-30% off at the moment on their bar rate. So it's definitely going to be popular, I think, across all of the markets. Intelligent pricing that we offer as well. So the booker is always presented with the best available deal or offer. And flexible dates calendar, which has been really popular, I suppose, especially throughout the pandemic, because people are more flexible with their dates, and bookings are shorter lead-in time as well. So presenting a flexible dates calendar is quite popular at the moment. Obviously, once, I suppose, when business travel come back a little bit more, business travelers would be more restricted to a certain dates of travel. So having both option is quite important, I think. Add-ons have been really, really popular over the pandemic. Well, pre-pandemic as well, but I suppose over the pandemic I've seen some really great add-ons. You can really think outside of the box when you're setting up your add-ons. It is great to sell, of course, your early check-ins and late checkouts and bottle of champagnes and so on. So upselling hotel offerings, but it's also a great opportunity to partner with local providers and sell walking tours in the area or cooking classes, bicycle hire, whatever is available for your property, I suppose. But you can just really be creative with your add-ons. It's important to mention as well that the booking engine is highly customizable. So again, we work with all sorts of different properties, ranging in size and type of property. So again, you can customize the booking engine to suit the property and your business. So BOOKASSIST Intelligence, which, as I said, we have launched this early this year, and it's been in our development team. The development team has been working on this throughout 2020, really, and in response to a number of different things, but mostly it's about the fact that hotel business has changed quite dramatically over the last few years, and obviously the past couple of years have also certainly shaken things up a bit. Already prior to that, we saw much more demand to have immediate information rather than looking at end of month reporting. So the ability to tap into information as it's happening was the key driver behind BI. So far, we have 6 dashboards, core metrics, rates and products, demand, OTB and pickup, guest origin, digital marketing and meta search where it's relevant, obviously, and and the companionship to BI is Pulse, which is your key KPI data on a mobile app. So it's ideal for GMs and owners that they can have key dynamic data in their pockets. But really, BOOKASSIST Intelligence, I do believe it can help to hotel managers to look at and analyze their business, especially now when business is changing so rapidly. And I suppose one of my favorite area in the tool is guest origin, which was really interesting to watch over the past 2 years as countries closed down and started to open up again. So it is really important to know where your business is coming from, because it may not be the same place where you have been used to before. And jumping into digital marketing, so digital marketing should absolutely be part of your direct strategy to be able to compete in search and own the entire guest journey and the entire sales funnel as such. My lovely colleague Caroline actually have done a really good forum session on this on Tuesday. So if you haven't seen that, I think you can watch it again on YouTube. So I definitely recommend that. But in terms of our digital marketing service, I suppose what's really important here as well, that we offer fully account managed service. So there is a digital marketing specialist who work with you on your strategy and assist you on a day-to-day. So it is an additional team member as well as such to your digital marketing team. We typically achieve an ROI of 15:1 through our digital marketing advertisement, and we offer local offices, and we have a multilingual team, and offer ad coverage across the world. The next step in your digital marketing strategy is connecting to the metasearch platforms and have a partner like us to help you to drive your ROI by managing your campaigns, driving qualified traffic to your direct booking engine, and win business back from the OTAs. And by the way, of course, the OTAs are already advertising your property on metasearch. So if you're not there yet, you should absolutely consider metasearch services. We, again, in terms of metasearch, we work with a number of clients worldwide, different size and shape again. So there is solution to suit, I suppose, every sort of property out there. So if you haven't done metasearch before, Paper Stay could be a really good option to start and to trial through Google Hotel Ads, which is the best performing platform, just simply by, of course, getting most traffic as well. And then you can also grow and scale through multiple channels, or through multiple meta channels. So again, we do dedicate a metasearch specialist to work with your team and to account manage if you wish. So again, we can actually achieve 40% of direct bookings coming through metasearch channel, and we have achieved that with multiple properties across the globe, as I said. I know that business travel is not really swinging back just yet, but I do wanted to mention as well that we offer a GDS service through our partner Sabre. So, well, actually data from our partner Sabre, as well as our key market reports such as McKinsey report, are indicating that the return to business travel could see GDS business in 2022 reaching 80% of 2019 booking levels. So I really hope for that. GDS is a really great tool for properties to reach high value and low cost bookings, corporate bookings mainly, but also there is some leisure and high-end leisure, especially coming through GDS services. So we offer support again and a fully account managed service through our partner Sabre. And that's really our BOOKASSIST services in a nutshell today. And if you want to learn more about BOOKASSIST, or if you want to get in touch with us, you can follow us on LinkedIn or sign up to our newsletter. And you can certainly reach out to me directly as well through email or through our website. Thanks very much. Oh, Natalia, I can't hear you. I think you're on mute.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm saying that I will put in the screen the virtual stand, so attendees can schedule a meeting with the BOOKASSIST team here.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
They can go to Travel Tech Data Space and go to virtual stand, and there you have a BOOKASSIST landing page, so you can reserve your meeting with you and your team. Thank you very much, Hani, for your presentation. I will say goodbye for 50 minutes, and then we continue with our sales pitch session. Thank you to all the attendees. See you in 15 minutes. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.